Simple enough. Just got to get in there with my screwdriver. Do you mind handing me my screwdriver?
Are you trying to say screwdriver?
Well, I mean, you're saying it weird, but yeah, sure.
Look, maybe we should bundle our home and auto with Progressive. We could save big and pay someone to install this for us so you don't have to pretend you can.
I know my way around a screwdriver. Oh, yeah. This is going to take a Philippe's head for sure.
Save when bundling home and auto with Progressive and use the money to, not do it yourself. Coverage from Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and third-party insurers. Bundle discount not available in all states or situations.
The biannual blowout is just a week away, and we've got a lot of work to do.
Keenan's Rug Emporium is rolling out a Labor Day bonanza.
Have that flatweed shipment coming in.
He needs 10 new sales associates as the crowds loom large.
Someone run a stock check on all the Moroccan 8x10s?
Indeed can help him hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. We instantly connect you with quality candidates whose resumes on Indeed match your job description. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Serving part-time in the Army National Guard has led to a lot of firsts for me. It paid for me to be the first person in my family to go to school. That education got me to the first day at my dream job, which I can still hold while I serve part-time. That job and the home loan benefits I got from the Army National Guard helped me buy my first house. I also know that I will be one of the first to respond if my community ever needs me.
Sponsored by the Arizona Army National Guard, aired by the Arizona Broadcasters Association and this station.
Well, Mrs. Grayer, nothing on the x-ray that pinpoints the source of the pain. Let's send you to our lumbar expert.
After reviewing the x-rays, I can't see anything wrong. Let's give you a steroid shot for the pain and send you to the lab for some blood work.
Tired of the runaround. How about trying a new approach? The holistic approach.
At the Naturopathic Physicians Group in Scottsdale, our medical doctors are experts in full spectrum care using a natural approach. Patients come in for a variety of issues, including joint pain, chronic conditions, and issues specific to men's and women's health. Our naturopathic doctors can restore pain-free joint function and restore balance in immune, digestive, and hormone systems, which often improves both immediate physical symptoms and also improves cognition and emotional stability. If traditional medicines aren't working, don't you think it's time to start feeling like yourself again? Call Naturopathic Physicians Group at 480-451-6161. That's 480-451-6161. Or go to naturopathicgroup.com.
Live from the Harmon Solar Studios in Scottsdale.
This is KQFN Tempe.
Also transmitting on K256 Phoenix at 99.3 FM.
And K240 U Fountain Hills at 95.9 FM.
Quiet, people, settle down.
Because it's time.
Time for what?
Showtime.
When does it start?
Right now. 3, 2, 1.
Let's get on with the show. Let's do it.
All right, everybody, it's Tuesday here on the Daily Blender. I'm your good friend, your radio pal, Jeffrey O'Brien, alongside Randy White. Got Keon Rose there in the control room, and you guys are on the Fanatic text line, 888-368-1580, as we broadcast live in the Harmon Solar Studios in Scottsdale. And, we have decided that I will make no intellectual arguments today. Today is not the day for that, for I have just had a deep clean of my teeth. That's right. I went and got my teeth. It was like, and this is really a description that the tech herself lent to this. It was like being waterboarded and tortured for 2 hours. And here's the thing, Randy, when's the last time you had a good deep teeth cleaning? When's the last time?
About 6 months ago, and I'm due in September.
Oh, dear God. Whatever. I thought I had to do this every few years. This is something I got to do on a regular basis now?
Yeah, every 6 months, supposed to have a good cleaning on your teeth.
Well, a cleaning, but then there's a deep cleaning. There's dinner and there's dinnertainment. You see what I'm saying here?
Yeah, I could see that. But I don't have just the regular pick and floss type of thing. I have a deep cleaning every 6 months.
Oh, dude. So here, I didn't know this, but you get your teeth clean and they're and then they're doing stuff. And she did a great job. And honestly, I really feel like my teeth aren't weird or anything. Because last time I had a cleaning, I felt like this is in my teeth. This strange. This you could tell she knew what she was doing. Yeah, she's done a lot of teeth. I asked her. I said, in the grand scheme of things, like 1 to 10, how are my teeth? How have I done? And she's like, well, you gotta understand, I've done teeth for homeless people.
Oh boy!
I said, I don't want to know. Now I don't want to know. I don't want to know how close to homeless people teeth I have.
Yeah.
So anyway, so she gets it done. But here's the thing that I didn't know. I didn't know this. I don't know if you knew this, and if you did, by God, you should have stopped me. So here, she's like, here, put on these different glasses. I'm like, I was like, what is this going to be in 3D now? What's going on? She's like, no. I'll be using a laser now. And they go in there in a laser and they cauterize your gums, basically.
Oh, no kidding.
As I'm sitting there, because she was down, they were down deep in there. So far, she pulled out a pair of keys, a tea cozy, and an old remote control I thought I'd lost. So she was just getting in there, right? And so then she came back behind, front and back, and you have not lived until you see smoke from your own burning flesh coming out of your mouth. After it's done, it was like it tasted like I had just smoked a cigar.
Yeah.
Like I just took one hit off a cigar.
So when now I want to compare notes because mine
Fritos.
Mine had it smelled like Fritos.
Fritos.
Huh? Mine didn't. Mine
human flesh smells like Fritos.
Well, my human flesh does not.
Well, what's yours? Because I've smelled other people's human flesh. Don't ask me why. It's none of your damn business. But I've smelled other people's human flesh burning, and it smelled like Fritos. So what was yours?
No, mine smelled like a brisket. Smoking.
Well, I think that's just your brain dealing with the smell, like something similar.
Could be.
Unless brisket smells like Fritos, I think you went into a fugue state and your brain just gave you what you could handle. That's what I'm thinking.
That could be true, but my burning flesh smells like brisket. That's all I'm going to say. That's my story. I'm sticking to.
You eat a lot of brisket, so that, and I do
I don't
enjoy
eat a lot of brisket. I do not eat a lot. I might have maybe one brisket a year. Maybe.
Well, I do know that mine smells like Fritos, and okay, I'll live with that. And seeing the smoke was the weird thing. I'm like, and she's like, shut up, wuss. And she kept doing her thing there, and she did a fine job. 2 hours, and I just kind of went to my happy place. It was more about I got a strong gag reflex. Don't ask me or my uncle how I know this, but I have the whole time I'm focusing on not gagging. And
I have a question.
Sorry?
Randy White, 50 David Fanatic.
Yeah.
What does your uncle have to do with your gag reflex? I'm interested to know.
Let the horrible joke just pass. Just let it go by down the stream.
I don't have a joke. I'm just
let
wondering.
the listeners watch the little
little
boat float down the stream.
Inquiring minds.
I made it up, Randy. It was a joke.
Never mind.
And I didn't want to explore any further personally.
I have never even met an uncle.
Now I'm thankful.
Oh, wait, no, there's Uncle Don, but he was elderly and I was a grown up. Anyway, so at the end, now here's the thing. I think this is a good dental place, right? This is a pretty nice dental place. They even let me take a clicky pen. Oh, okay.
Hey,
yeah, I know,
right? Yeah.
And they gave me a goodie bag, and they're like, here, you need to start using this electric toothbrush. And I'm like, well, for what I just paid you, shouldn't I get like 6? Whatever. And so I'm like, okay. They said, we gave you one before. You didn't use it. Oh, yeah, because it tickled my teeth. I don't like to tickle my teeth, my lips that tickled. And I was like, all right. So they said, no, here, take this one. Try it again. Could you please? Less work for us, less horrible pain for you. And so at the end, she said, oh, by the way, you need to use this for 30 days. It's called Therasol, and it's oral rinse. It's supposed to help heal the gums, or I don't know what the hell. But now I'm suspicious of the dentist office.
Why?
Well, that just looks like windshield wiper fluid right there. Doesn't that look? That's just. I got that in the garage.
Windex.
I'm thinking of just pouring this into my car. Just pour it in there.
I'll have the best damn teeth on the road.
Yeah. My windshield's sparkly clean and couldn't get any chips on it. No cavities. So I can't be held responsible for anything I do or say on today's show. Keon, be ready on the dump delay. And also, do not expect me to win any arguments. I don't know that I can. I don't know that I can today.
Well, that'll be a change.
There's a couple of subjects that came up that I'm like, I think I'd like to go after this, and I realized I can't. Stuff ain't right up there right now. So
did they give you a little of the old laughing gas? They give you a little laughing.
No.
I can't breathe.
I didn't get that. Yeah, a little. They gave me like a syringe of stuff they kept putting in my teeth. I'm a high metabolizer, so then they had to hit me a couple more times if it was starting to get to
it's
me.
a little topical.
Yeah.
Topical. Yeah. Dr. Mac does that to me. A little topical.
We didn't really talk about anything new. Yeah. It was just
the stuff they did is a little topical anesthesia. Yeah, anesthetic. Yeah, a little topical stuff for the gums.
Well,
there.
This lady seemed like she wanted to talk about an old Super Bowl, so it wasn't very topical at all. In fact, she turned out to be a Giants fan. So I was like in my head, she's poking at your gums. Make no jokes. Okay. Don't say anything.
San Francisco Giants or
NFL.
Oh, New York Giants. Okay.
Gross.
And it's one of those things where it's like, we're not your normal show. Okay. We're an entertainment, comedy, sports show kind of thing. And, we're not sports experts except for Keon there. And so I don't want to ever be arrogant to anybody's opinions about anything. But you can tell when somebody's into sports and when they're not into sports. And so she starts telling me, she's like, well, my husband is very much into college football. And she started telling the story. And of course, I am like, I can't say nothing back. So she's just talking about how she's a Giants fan. And in my head, I'm like, you're now excused from the conversation. And what she's talking about, how she came to like them. And she's talking about seeing Eli beat the Patriots in the Super Bowl. And then she brought up the whole Monday Night Football thing. And she's like, I tried to watch that. It was just boring. And good for her, though. The reason was she was more interested in the game than hearing them talk. The deficit is, if you watch that, they give some amazing analysis and a behind the scene thought process of a quarterback. And they could be sitting there doing slap and tickle with Charles Barkley and go, wait a second. And then bam, 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 start to break stuff down. I would love to watch the Manning show for bad games more than good games. Cause then sometimes I get to like, okay, I'm trying to watch this game, guys. Hold on. So I guess it would depend on that. But so in my head, she's like, yeah, I found that kind of boring. And she's like, I don't, well, no, I found it very interesting. I find it very interesting when they do things. But then I realized at that moment, that little smug thought process I had in my head, every single stinking sports talk show host down the dial. And I was like, don't ever let me get like that.
Oh,
don't ever let me have that smug little thought process of, you know what I'm saying? Because everybody's, thought process when it comes to how they ingest, appreciate, or like sports is theirs. Different opinions aren't always wrong opinions. And that's the thing I've really struggled with as we've come across sports guy after sports guy who's come and gone from our radio station is that smugness, that sort of, well, you don't know sports like I know sports. And, all I was feeling smug about was my opinion. And my opinion was, no, I find that fascinating. So it was kind of those things where like, well, she's sitting there talking in my head. I'm just like sort of having a conference with myself saying, don't get like those other guys. Don't you be that way with her. You don't want anybody to be that way with you. Yeah. And that's what I want to just remind everybody. I love this show because of the fact we're all experts in our own opinion. And we don't want to talk to those smug bastards who will come on here. Hey, can I be on your show for some money? I don't want to talk to sports writers, aged athletes, or do remotes at car dealerships. Wait, what? I just want to talk to you guys. That's it. That's all. And some of you know your stuff. Some of you do not. And I got to remember to not let myself get in that sort of like same mindset of, oh, pat on the head. Go on. Because this is something we all get to enjoy together and nobody needs to be smug or a jerk about it. So, and I almost found myself feeling that way today. So sometimes somebody please remind me.
Well, I think that's great that you realize that, Jeffrey. It's very cool. I did not have the same situation.
Well, what happened with you?
Well, I was out early, out and about in the city, traveling around, and I was in a waiting room today, and I was asked several times what I do for a living.
Yeah.
So today I was a session drummer in LA. Traveling here
absolutely
to see someone.
Always lie.
I was a independent contractor for the State Department, and I was a gardener. So.
I got to start doing that.
Whenever somebody asks me what I do, I never go right to right to the chase.
Well, the problem is somebody else told them what I do. So then the dentist comes in and is like, hey, you're the guy from the radio. And then now it's just,
no, I'm independent contractor for the State Department.
I like that. I'm going to start doing that. I am
never let them see never let them see you in your own Dr. Mack is really the only one that knows what I do. The rest of the people on this planet think I'm, a phlebotomist.
Oh, nice. Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
I think it's phlebotomist, but
a yacht maker.
Yacht maker. Oh, that's a yacht builder. That's pretty good.
Ice skate sharpener. I mean, I've gone through the gambit of stuff.
You have inspired me with the yacht thing, but in a different way. I'm going to start telling people I'm the guy who drills the holes in the Yahtzee dice.
There you go.
That's what I'm going to tell people.
The die maker. Yeah. Die maker for the Yahtzee games.
Yeah. Oh, you can't say die maker. That's too technical. You got to dumb it down, for people. I drill the holes in the Yahtzee dice.
Well, if you start out with I'm a die maker for the Yahtzee games, they'll go, oh, what does that mean?
I'm going to make you die.
Yeah, I put the holes in the dice. I'm a die maker. Yeah. Oh, that's very interesting. How long you been doing that?
I've got to come up with some new stories.
It leads to a whole new wonderful world of fables.
So now you've set me down a very dangerous path, Randy.
I thought we had agreed some 20 some odd years ago. That's what we do. That's we just don't let. I was on a golf course one time. What do? I'm a pastor, and suddenly the cussing stopped. They quit throwing their equipment. It was the quickest round of golf I ever played.
No, so you've taken something that I've always done and you've turned it into this fun game that I didn't know we were playing. Yeah. Originally, from the very first, anytime Randy will vouch for this, he's been with me. Someone say, "Are you Jeffrey O'Brien?" I always say this. No, I'm not. I always say nope, because what if they're angry at Jeffrey O'Brien? What if they want to take a poke at Jeffrey O'Brien? So I've always just denied being me at all costs. But my wife had gone to this dentist before I went to the dentist, and she told the dentist what I did. So then all of a sudden, here comes the show, right? So the game is now officially on, Randy. I'm going to start to do the same thing.
Oh yeah.
Even in direct contradiction of what my wife may or may not have told somebody.
Garden implement maker. That's me. Mm-hmm.
I should have said today is like, actually, no, I'm not on radio. I do class action lawsuits against dentists who hurt people. So, keep that in mind.
You don't want to do that.
Well, I'm just saying they'll be really careful with my teeth if I say that first.
No, Jeffrey, you can't do that.
No, I think that's a good way to win. By the way, this is not good for me because I don't know if I can have it today, but it's National Ice Cream Sandwich Day.
Oh,
I love a nice ice cream sandwich. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And by the way, in Vietnam, street vendors sell ice cream stuffed between actual layers of bread for an actual. That's what they do. Ice cream sandwich. Have you ever had ice cream in bread?
I did not know that.
I didn't know that was possible.
I'm gonna have to try this.
In all my trips to Vietnam, I can't remember seeing a street vendor doing that.
Well, they're not going to serve you much when you're shooting at them. And of course, in Iran, pistachio or rose flavored ice cream sandwich, they take that just some wafer thin wafers, and then that's their version of it. Yes,
a wafer thin.
So I hope the point you're getting is this ain't going to be a regular show.
All right,
I am not right today. I got a lot of ibuprofen in my face. Hello. This is not going to go well.
Hello.
Big George says, hello, gentlemen. Happy Tuesday. And here comes, because that is what we're talking about next. The trade deadline. Is that already passed or is it looming? What time
is
it?
Actually, just 15 minutes ago.
It's done.
Expired. Yeah.
Did we get anything good? Did the Diamondbacks get anything good?
No. We got an infielder and we got that rookie league catcher. That's what we got.
All right. Well, George says, am I the only one who doesn't seem to like what the Padres gave up in order to get Juan Soto? Why are you? What, you should not care about the Padres. You're a Diamondbacks fan, and I mean, unless you're, it's none of your business. Is it his business? It's none of your business.
I guess it. I don't know, because he's close by. I have no idea. But I don't know, if you put yourself in a position to win a championship, how much is too much? Like, if you win a ring, what difference could it possibly make?
You didn't just get one guy. You didn't just get Juan Soto. You also got Bell, who's
really good.
Josh Bell, who's a thumper in his own right.
The only other national worth a damn. The Padres got them both.
You took both of them, and you sent some guys over there, some dudes over there that that were just kind of hanging around the locker room. Hey, what's your name? Guess I'm shipping you off to DC.
Yeah, get in the car.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
I'm actually excited about what the Nats got back.
So you're okay with the trade? That was actually going to be my first question. As a Washington Nationals fan, Keon, Juan Soto heads to the San Diego Padres, and you get stuff.
Yeah, I'm okay with the trade because this is the only scenario. Once they decided that they were going to trade Juan Soto, that made any sense. Like if you're going to trade a guy like that who is considered to be a generational talent, and he's only 23 years old, and you never see this happen. You never see a guy that good at 23. The next 7 to 8 years are going to be his prime. You never see a guy like that on the trade block. And so to get something of value for him, I thought that they went out and did that. They targeted the Padres because they like the Padres farm system better than anybody else's. And I had to do a little bit of research on some of these prospects, but the guys that they're getting are really good.
So can I just stop you right there? If Keon has to do research on these baseball players' names, you will never hear of them again.
That's not true. That is not true. Baseball is not my deepest sport. So I don't know the prospects like Randy does. Randy knows far more about baseball prospects than I do.
Randy is the right person to ask. Big George is an alarmist. Keon is a fan. So Randy, who won the trade? Was it the San Diego Padres or the Washington Nationals? Because there's got to be a winner and a loser in this thing right here. This is not an even trade.
Trades are supposed to be beneficial. To
this
both
is
sides.
not an even trade. It was an expensive trade for the Padres.
It is an even trade because the
Keon,
Padres.
You won the trade, man.
I don't listen. I think the Padres are getting Juan Soto right now. I think that they are getting what they need right now in the Nationals because they blew up their team like
Your
a year
name is
ago.
not Randy. I wanted to bring what Randy thought. So just pipe down there, Washington Nationals fan.
Okay, so the Nationals got a number 1 prospect in James Wood, also a number 3. I'm sorry, in Robert Hassel III. This kid is the Padres' number 1 prospect.
That's his actual name.
Number 21 overall in MLB, according to MLB.com. James Wood, the Padres' number 3 prospect, and a right-hand pitcher. Is it Jarlin?
Cry for me.
Susana, which was another young prospect. So the Padres get a instant superstar, instant credibility.
And Juan Soto.
By landing Juan Soto. And
I thought you were talking about Luke Voigt. Sorry.
No. And they also pick up the Josh Bell, who this guy is nothing but a bomb hitter. This guy he was with the Pirates for years. He ended up with the Nationals. This guy's a solid player. And now you can put him in on certain days. You can have some flexibility in your infield. But look, Juan Soto is going to help the Padres, and this is going to be a dangerous San Diego Padres team in the second half as they head towards the playoffs. I'm just telling you, this may have made the Padres even better than the Los Angeles Dodgers.
So you think the Padres won the trade? Now, just because the Padres have been made better, does that mean that they won the trade?
Well, I wouldn't say they've won the trade. They got better in the trade. I think it all depends on how these prospects pan out for Washington. Washington got some great players, and Washington is going to go young, and they're trying to offload a lot of money, and they got these young, extremely good prospects to help their franchise grow from the ground up again. Like Kiana said, they went out, they won a world championship. They tried to go back-to-back with the thing. Didn't work. They started unloading, all this cargo. Scherzer was gone.
Trey Turner, Rendon.
Exactly. They started unloading pieces, and now they've gone young, and they've got these young players, and I think it's helpful to them. And it's certainly for the Padres, I think it's going to be helpful.
Well, Padres are happy. Keon is happy. Randy thinks it's fine. Seems like the only person upset about it is Big George. We got a lot of text sitting here on the text line. We will get to that when we come back. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
This is Brent Musburger's Action Update on 1580 and 99.3, The Fanatic.
The Dodgers and Yankees are the favorites to win the World Series this year, both plus 360 bets. They're followed by the Astros at plus 450, the Mets a plus $700 bet. With NFL training camps in full swing, that means college football is right around the corner. Early odds on the 2023 national champion, Alabama a plus 190 bet, Ohio State plus 350, Georgia plus 425, Clemson a plus $1,200 bet. Futures odds for the Heisman Trophy, CJ Stroud plus 200, Bryce Young plus 350, Caleb Williams plus 700, Will Anderson Jr. and Bijan Robinson both plus 2,000. This year's college football kickoff set for Saturday, August 27th. Red hot winning picks at experts.winnersandwhiners.com. Save 75% on any best bet package with the promo code ACTION75. That's ACTION75 at experts.winnersandwhiners.com. I'm Chuck Sanders on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic.
There's no doubt that Harman Solar can save you up to 85% on your monthly electric bill. That's a fact. Bruce Jacobs here. But did you know it's possible to get solar for zero down and no payments for 12 months? You can lease, finance, or even purchase outright. They have plans that fit everybody. Harman Solar is a family-owned, woman-owned local company that uses top-of-the-line equipment. Call Harman Solar at 800-281-3189. That's 800-281-3189, or go to harmansolar.com.
Drivers who switch and save with Progressive save over $700 on average, and those savings add up. Imagine what you could buy in the future.
Hey, remember 20 years ago I switched to Progressive? Well, now it's the future, and I used all those savings to buy this new hologram phone. Because, it's the future, and everything is holograms now.
So switch to Progressive and save big, because those savings can add up in the future. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. National annual average insurance savings by new customers surveyed who saved with Progressive in 2020. Potential savings will vary.
If you're rolling over your 401k to an IRA soon, but not sure if you want to go all in on this crazy market, here's what many retiring professionals are doing. How about a safe and secure IRA offering a contractually guaranteed 10% income bonus that grows 7% annually guaranteed? Your income can double in 10 years. Meanwhile, neither your principal nor your retirement income is ever subjected to a market downturn. Even if the market crashes by 50%, you get the 10% bonus. Your income keeps growing at 7%, and your principal may grow without losses uncapped. You go up with the index, never down. Forward, never back. Get a 10% income bonus with a 7% contractually guaranteed growth rate. I compare over 1,200 annuities with a fiduciary duty and can help you retire and stay retired.
Guarantees rely on the financial strength of the insurer, so compare with leading annuity authority Steve Jurich now. Visit IQannuity.com, IQannuity.com, IQannuity.com.
There's no doubt that Harman Solar can save you up to 85% on your monthly electric bill. That's a fact. Bruce Jacobs here. But did you know it's possible to get solar for zero down and no payments for 12 months? You can lease, finance, or even purchase outright. They have plans that fit everybody. Harman Solar is a family-owned, woman-owned local company that uses top-of-the-line equipment. Call Harman Solar at 800-281-3189. That's 800-281-3189, or go to harmansolar.com.
It's a game of intimidation, a game of power, a game of strength, speed, and violence.
Plus, they have these little guys called kickers. We are your gridiron connection to the NFL. With the live games you want and the pigskin news, scores, and talk you need. We are 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic, Arizona's home for the NFL.
David Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic. Now, Randy, I know you told me don't do this. Don't look ahead. Trust you to give the weather report.
Yeah.
But I caught myself dreaming of a cooler tomorrow, and I did. I looked at it. I looked. I can't help myself like a kid on a week before Christmas. Maybe I peaked. Maybe I looked through some wrapper there. And when I see like today, it's 107 right now. But tomorrow it's 103, and then I see it gets cools. I see a time next week where it's under 100. So the question is, Are we done with 110 at least? Are
No.
we now going to settle down and
No,
maybe
this is-
start heading towards the cool time?
No, this is just that moisture. This is the haboob season. This is the monsoon activity that's going on, and we've been very active this season so far. So all you're seeing here is high pressure systems that are coming in. The moisture is coming in. Rain happens and it cools everything off. So they're projecting 98 on Monday, 96 on Tuesday, 97 on Wednesday. It's just going to fluctuate like this, Jeffco.
Okay.
And
All
remember,
right.
it's just the beginning of August. Just the beginning of August.
I'm looking for a sign of hope. I'm looking for, the finish line. Even if the finish line is far away, I just want to know it's coming.
Right
soon.
around
Yeah.
Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
The week of Thanksgiving,
Okay.
I think you'll see temperatures dip below 100 here
All
in
right.
the desert Southwest.
All right, fine. Let's go to the text line 888-368-1580. Mr. Wilbur says this just in. Jimmy Hoffa has been found inside Jeffrey O'Brien's gums.
Oh boy.
I wouldn't be surprised. Silly Wabbit says, why would you want to bring, he wasn't doing nothing to you. He says smug. Bruce Jacobs, anyone? He's not smug. Chief Skoll says, Jeffrey, I'm so sorry you had to live through a Giants fan. They're a step above a Jets fan. No, it was all right. It wasn't like insufferable or nothing. And Chief Skoll also says this trades deadline was rich get richer for the most part. I'm surprised the Twins did anything they did. Or did all they did. Blissful Hayes says, what an incredible job the Diamondbacks management did at the trade deadline. I sense sarcasm. Doing absolutely nothing is way better than getting Soto or any other great player.
Why would you bring in Soto? You're not going to pay the players you already have. If you were going to pay players you already have, Paul Goldschmidt would still be on the damn team. You don't want to pay players unless they're broken down pitchers, on the backside of their career that you feel like you're getting a good deal for. Madison Bumgarner, see Madison Bumgarner and see Greinke. The two guys right there, perfect examples of how the Diamondbacks have spent their money.
Rye Guy says, my dentist said my burning mouth flesh smelled like money. Funny guy.
Yeah.
Your dentist is of a Giants fan. You need a new dentist. No, it was just the gal who cleans the teeth. And she wasn't bad. It was all right. He says, my Padres. Oh, Rye Guy's a Padres fan. My Padres also picked up Hader and a grossly underrated Brandon Drury Jr. coming back soon. Now you got to perform. There you go. There's your team. Now you can win. We shall see. Go Friars.
I mean, and look,
Yeah.
they're getting
Yeah.
Fernando Tatis back from injury. That's going to be a scary team.
Well, and they also unloaded that huge contract of Eric Hosmer. They sent him to Boston. This was a big trade that the San Diego, Boston, and Washington were all a part of. This was a big trade, and it happened right at the deadline. So
Hosmer almost blew up the trade because he had a no trade
Almost.
clause.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
one of his
yeah.
10 teams that he was allowed to choose that he didn't want to be traded to, one of which was the Nationals. So they ended up sending him to Boston instead. Not much better, but okay.
Did the Cubs do anything?
yeah, they gave up some guys. They didn't do anything to bring anybody in. No. Cubs are not a contender this year.
Okay. Let's see. Berg says, afternoon, gentlemen. Keon, how is Ricky the hamster doing? Huh? Hope better than the Nationals in the Commandos.
Who is Ricky the hamster?
Evidently, somewhere in the last few days, it was suggested you now had a hamster. I don't remember.
Yeah, the Fourth Dimension decided I had a hamster.
You have a hamster
I
and you
don't-
love Top Ramen.
I don't have a hamster. I do like ramen.
Yeah.
That is true. I don't have a hamster.
Send him a hamster, he'll chop it up and he'll eat it in the Top Ramen.
Don't test me. Hamster's in danger.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Bruno Baller says the National League could be heading for a very exciting postseason this year with the Dodgers, the Padres, the Mets, and maybe even the Braves.
No, the Braves are going to be a part of it, and Atlanta's going to be part of it, and St. Louis is going to be part of it. So, yeah, buckle up. It's going to be a crazy, wild playoff season.
Boomer Sooner says, good day, good afternoon, Blender Nation. Jeffrey, I heard the baseball pundits on the ESPN say that the Nationals got the better deal on this trade. Well, if they said that, then it is flip that.
As
the
as
other
you
guys
know,
did.
with the ESPN, things are
Yeah,
definitely
Padres won this
backwards.
thing hands down, if that's what the ESPN is saying.
But this is a historical amount of talent being
Well-
moved for one guy.
Well, the historical amount of minor league talent came your way. That's what a lot of people are saying. Those are elite prospects. These are
Mhm.
guys who could end up playing sooner than later. and not just a wish for a couple of years from now.
Yeah, it's the reason why they targeted the Padres was because of that farm system, and like Randy said, those are some legit guys there. And I like Harlan Susana. That's a guy that people think is a steal in all of this. He might be the sleeper of all the prospects, just because of he consistently throws 98 miles per hour. You know, his last outing that he had in the minor leagues, he was on pitch number 103 and he was still throwing 98 miles an hour. So that's a really good sign. And then of course, all of those other guys, Robert Hassel III, who player comp is Christian Yelich. So if he comes out anything like Christian Yelich, that's going to be really awesome. So these guys are exciting, and I look forward to it.
Two things. One, I'm disappointed in nobody sang along, Carlin Susanna, Won't You Cry for Me. I'm literally disappointed you didn't join in on the song.
Oh, Harlan Susanna,
don't you cry for me. That's all I had.
I don't know the song.
I came from horrible
Alabama.
Washington.
Yeah.
No,
With the banjo
that
on
was the
my
other
knee.
way, right? Yeah, never mind. But the other thing too, a different Christian, Christian Vasquez. Did you see him find out that he was just traded, to the Astros from the Red Sox? He's minding his own damn business, and it was one of those deals where he's like, "Well, I guess I'm gonna walk over there now," and. But he just looks depressed, crushed, just absolutely destroyed. He was just an hour away from game time. He was out in the field working it out, and that catcher, he was taking the batting practice, and then they, "Hey, by the way, you should probably come over here." And then the reporters got to him, and they should have left him alone. It was too soon to talk to a reporter. And they're like, "Hey, how does it feel?" And he's like, "It's a business." And he just looked crushed. Like,
yeah, nobody wants to be traded. You set up you go to a place and your family's there, and especially if your family likes it there, then you're thinking, okay, I'm going to be here for a while. And you get that close to the trade deadline, you start to assume, oh, they're not moving me at all.
Let's just entertain a thought. Maybe trade deadline day should be no games day. No games day. Or your trade deadline is the day you don't have a game. I feel like they shouldn't do this. They shouldn't do this to a guy where he has to trot across the field and crawl into somebody else's dugout in uniform. There's got to be a better way than this, or you don't announce the trades until after all the games are done.
Something like that. Cause I do feel bad for some of these guys that just find out, they're suited up. They've gone through all the warm ups, gone through batting practice or warming up the arms or whatever, go out there, and then somebody stops them as they're going out to the field. Like, no, not you, because you're not a member of this team anymore. Congratulations.
Yeah, he wasn't in the lineup, so at least it wasn't so bad he had to go back out there and play. But come on, man. Is there a better way to do this, Randy?
No, this is the way it's always been, and it's just part of the game of baseball. Like I said, it's a business, and this happens every year. You see it at the trade dedeadline.
We shouldn't have to see it on the field, though,
well,
Randy.
I get it, and it's very emotional. I can't understand how I would, I don't know how I would react in a situation where you started the team, you started with a team, you went through spring training, you guys have been battling, your brothers, and now all of a sudden, a guy walks in and says, "Hey, you need to go to the other locker room. You've been traded." I'm sure that's just a devastating feeling to some people, but for some players, it's like, great.
The guys who want it have asked for it. Sure. Yeah. But Christian Vasquez, they just told John Wick his dog died. He looked very, very unhappy and about ready to snap. That's what he looked like to me in that video. But he kept his cool and all that. But I feel like maybe that's not the way. Although the other part of me is like, that's actually kind of entertaining to watch. And that's cruel of me to say it, but don't act like that's not a little entertaining to watch. A guy, they tell him, his eyes go up. What? His eyebrows are, what?
Excuse me?
Huh? Oh, damn it. The entire gamut of emotions right there. Either way it goes. One guy's like, "You've been traded." Yeah, suck it. And I'm not paying you back. What are you talking about? You just borrowed $500 from me. What? I didn't know this was happening. So I figure maybe there's a better way to do this. But if that's the thing, again, that you're going to give me, Randy, is that is the way this is done and that is tradition, then okay, so be it.
Well, it's not so much tradition. It's just kind of, that's the way it is. I mean, everything is The union understands that. I mean, there's a deadline, a trade deadline, and it happens at a specific time on a specific day every year. It never changes. It's always on a specific time on a specific day every year, and at the deadline is usually the most active. I mean, we've seen a whole bunch of movement today. I mean, Noah Syndergaard from the Angels, he's on his way to the Phillies. That just happened at the trade deadline. Hosmer headed to Boston from San Diego. I mean, Hosmer was making $133 million. Now he's on his way to Boston. Who knows how he's going to get paid or what? The Cardinals, who are in the thick of a playoff run, just trade their center field Gold Glove player Bader to the Yankees for a left-handed pitcher. I mean, all of this stuff happens quick. It happens right now. And a lot of times it happens you're warming up for a game and guys just change locker rooms.
Yeah. Okay.
They have built into this.
Doesn't seem right.
That you don't have to. All right. I guess if you're in the same stadium and your new team is there, what are you going to do? You're going to walk over to the other locker room and join these guys. I always find it interesting. How do they work out housing and stuff? But I'm sure the team, they have a system to take care of that, and they get movers and all that sort of thing. But I always find it interesting. They do have built into this. You have a certain amount of time to report to your new team. So let's say you're with the Seattle Mariners and you've been traded to the Diamondbacks. The Diamondbacks are in New York playing the Mets, and the Mariners are on the West Coast playing the Angels. You do have I think it's 72 hours to report to your new team. But if your other team, you make this deal while they're in the ballpark, hell, why not go? It's a new journey. Why not go join them?
So let's go ahead and let's do a role playing thing. I'm a player. You
All
tell
right.
me. I just got traded to the Diamondbacks. Go ahead.
All right, Jeffrey, you've been
cool.
you've been a great part of our team. We're really happy that you're here, but unfortunately, we've made a move and you've been traded to the Diamondbacks. So,
God damn it! So why the Diamondbacks? Why the Any team you could have traded me to?
Yeah.
I am not paying you back. Pretty much, if I'm a baseball player, I'm borrowing large sums of money if I think I might get traded.
I'm not. Yeah. So the week of the trade deadline, you're starting to borrow money from guys.
Well, if I hear any rumors, I'm just like, hey, buddy, I just forgot my.
I'm a little light today. Can I borrow $500 from you?
I do like that baseball player Jeffrey is spending his nights on message boards going, what are these rumors? Are they moving me? Because I need some money to borrow.
I might just borrow money regularly from all the other players and coaches and managers as a way of protecting myself. They're like, well, we got to trade something over there if we're going to get Soto. How about O'Brien? Well, he owes a lot of us money. Oh, yeah, hold on. We're never going to get that back if we send him. All right, send Keon.
No, it would work out different. O'Brien owes us a bunch of money. Oh, well, okay, we'll just add that into the trade. No problem. We'll get him for a player to be named later and cash considerations. Consider it done. See you, O'Brien. I'm never paying you back. That's okay. The other team did. Bye now.
Why you got to crush me like that? Why you got to... What's up, Skipper? Why you going to crush me like that?
Welcome to Major League Baseball. Now get the hell out of here. You belong to the other team.
Touche, and don't come out of the dugout. Because that next wild pitch, it's going to find you. All right, we got to take a break. We'll catch up on the text line, and we'll move on to the next thing. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
ABC Tomorrow, the music event of summer, is back. With performances by Carrie Underwood, Luke Bryan, Kelsey Ballerini, Luke Combs, Kane Brown, plus epic collaborations, Carly Pierce with Winona Judd, and Darius Rucker with Zach Brown Band. Are we feeling good tonight or what? Elle King and Dierks Bentley host CMA Fest tomorrow, 8/7 Central on ABC, and stream next day on Hulu.
Tide presents Laundry Truths, Cold Hard Savings.
Oh, hey, about to start a load. On hot? You know, washing in cold water with Tide can save you up to $150 a year on your energy bill. $150? Go on. The lower the temp, the lower your bills. Simple. Plus, Tide Pods are designed for a powerful clean, even in cold.
Wow, cool tip.
Get it? Oh, yeah, I get it.
Turn to cold and save with Tide. Energy savings based on average from switching from hot to cold and non-HE machines.
Remember when you could go to the doctor and actually leave feeling better? Hi, this is Dr. Stephen Katz. The problem with our healthcare system is the focus on the system and not on your healthcare. At the Naturopathic Physicians Group in Scottsdale, our doctors are experts in full spectrum healthcare using a natural approach. Patients come in for a variety of issues, including joint pain, chronic conditions, and issues specific to men and women's health. We help people find relief when other doctors have failed. Our naturopathic doctors can restore your pain-free life using cutting-edge regenerative treatments. We can also help restore balance to your immune, digestive, and hormonal systems. Addressing your cause can also improve both mental and emotional stability. If traditional medicines aren't working for you, don't you think it's time to start feeling like yourself again? Call us. We're the Naturopathic Physicians Group in Scottsdale, Arizona at 480-451-6161. That's 480-451-6161 or go to naturopathicgroup.com.
If you're rolling over your 401k to an IRA soon, but not sure if you want to go all in on this crazy market, here's what many retiring professionals are doing. How about a safe and secure IRA offering a contractually guaranteed 10% income bonus that grows 7% annually guaranteed? Your income can double in 10 years. Meanwhile, neither your principal nor your retirement income is ever subjected to a market downturn. Even if the market crashes by 50%, you get the 10% bonus. Your income keeps growing at 7%, and your principal may grow without losses uncapped. You go up with the index, never down, forward, never back. Get a 10% income bonus with a 7% contractually guaranteed growth rate. I compare over 1,200 annuities with a fiduciary duty and can help you retire and stay retired.
Guarantees rely on the financial strength of the insurer, so compare with leading annuity authority Steve Jurich now. Visit IQannuity.com, IQannuity.com, IQannuity.com.
This is Brent Musburger. Don't miss Betting Across America, Saturdays at 11 a.m. right here on Arizona Sports Betting Station, 1580 and 99.3. The Fanatic.
Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic. You know, the monkeypox is coming, by the way.
No,
you
you
heard
said-
about that. The monkeypox
Yeah,
is coming. Hey, first they're
Monkeypox
like,
is coming.
yeah,
Okay.
one guy's got the monkeypox. You're like, oh, all right. Then they try to tell us, oh, it's a sexually transmitted thing. No, it's not.
Excuse me?
Some kid's got the monkeypox now, and you know, it's easy enough to get. Here's what I heard. Now, hopefully this is true. I don't want to send a bunch of misinformation out there.
Okay.
But if let's say somebody has the monkeypox, right? And you know, when you got the monkeypox, I guess you like to try on clothes, and you go to the mall there, and you try on a shirt, you take it off, you hang it up. Somebody else puts on that shirt, monkeypox. It's supposed to be that easily transmitted through contact.
Yeah, it's like chicken pox, basically, skin contact.
It's like super high powered nitro funny chicken pox. And so, you know, be careful out there, guys. Wash your hands. I don't know if that is absolutely true, but that's the thing I've heard. You know, I don't know if you heard.
So
that.
if I were to go to my favorite clothing,
Yes, right, Victoria's Secret,
and walk in and try on one brassiere, and then I
Right.
try on a new brassiere, maybe
Yeah.
something a little more lacy, because I know
Right.
how you
Oh,
like
yeah.
the lace on me.
Oh, of
I know you
course.
like that.
Oh, that's a good look.
You're saying I could get the monkeypox from trying a different brassiere.
I
that
think
had
so.
Monkeypox on it before.
That is what I have heard, but I can't say for sure
What
that's
if
true.
I spray the brassiere with that midnight passion you like so much? You know, that spray stuff
Sure.
that you like me to
Uh-huh.
wear?
Yeah, you get very horny monkeypox.
Well, I thought it would kill it.
No,
Yeah, midnight
no,
passion.
Nothing
'Cause I
kills
know
the
it
monkeypox.
kills you. It drives you wild.
Yeah, nothing kills the monkeypox. I'm pretty sure. I don't know. I actually have no facts.
What about the lion
No.
pox? Will the lion pox kill the monkey pox?
The lion pox, what happens is you get the pox and a big bunch of hair comes out around it. And then, that's why they call it the lion pox.
I see.
So follow me for more health information on Facebook. I don't know. I don't know if that is true. It's just a thing I heard. I think Keon might be looking it up.
I am. I'm on the.
I do know it's highly transmissible and it's not a sexually transmitted disease. The
Yeah,
monkeypox.
it's skin contact.
Yeah.
So if you high five somebody else,
skin tight.
Ohio players, fist
or-
bumps even.
Fist bumps even, yeah. And if you touch a surface that they've touched. So if someone had monkeypox and they were leaning on a counter ordering food or something, and then you went and then you leaned on that counter.
Yeah, I'm never going to the
congratulations.
Never going to the radio station again. You'll never see me again.
This is from the World Health Organization website. So.
The World Health Organization has a picture of Bruce Jacobs' studio on their wall.
Monkeypox breeding ground, or
yeah, everything.
All over the place. That's true. Come on.
All right. So yeah, make sure you get the facts on the monkeypox before. Here's the thing I think I have heard, it's not necessarily fatal, which means you'll suffer through all the agony. But you'll be able to talk about it later. I saw a picture. See, here's what we all saw. We all saw the pictures of the guy's hands, the scars, we're like, oh, that dude had monkeypox, right? I saw a picture of the boils.
The what now?
The very painful boils that cause those scars. It's not little red dots like chickenpox. It's zit boils, big white zit boils.
I shouldn't have looked at that.
You should not have looked at that.
That was a mistake.
I warned you.
That was a mistake.
And I hear they are very, very painful, like shingles on steroids. So, yeah.
I'm never going outside again.
Told my wife, I said, listen, this year at New Year's, we're not going to kid ourselves. It's going to be a better year. We're going to stop that nonsense. Right? We're going to get rip roaring drunk, but we are not going to have that. This is going to be a better year and try to be positive and say nice things. No, this year, like last year, is going to suck in its own unique way.
Yeah, we've had like 3 years in a row of just awful. There's no up anymore. It's just more bad years. That's what I think.
Monkeypox sounds fun. Google it. It's not fun. All right, so we got that.
I'd rather not. Keon just did.
Yeah,
now he's all out of shape.
Read the words, but don't look at the pictures. Please, dear God.
I don't think I want to do that.
I don't know what to tell anybody about anything anymore. I don't know. 888-368-1580. So, all right, I'm going to go ahead and read Big George's entire transcript just so you can hear it, and I will do my part for
the whole transcript.
Here we
Nothing
go.
but the transcript.
Yeah, here we go. Padres gave up too much for Juan Soto. By the way, I've been to multiple Padres games this season at Petco Park, and both Mackenzie Gore and Luke Voit shined in those two games. Sometimes the only offense the Padres had came from Luke Voit. I just don't like putting all my eggs in one basket with Juan Soto. One injury to Juan Soto, and it will be a dud of a trade.
But
the Padres are going to be picking up the majority of that Eric Hosmer contract. So not the best trade in the world, Randy.
I didn't read that they were. I did not read that they were going to pick that up. What I read just that was about 16 minutes old said that it's still unclear on who's going to pick up that contract.
But you're not putting it all in the one basket of Juan Soto. You've added Josh Bell, who can hit. You're adding Juan Soto and Josh Bell to Fernando Tatis. Oh yeah, Manny Machado. There's some guy that's still there too. Your team is going to be. Oh, Jake Cronenworth. That's not a slouch. You have a team that is about to be a murderer's row of hitters. Juan Soto's on base percentage through his 23rd year. Like his age, being 23 years old. The only other players with on base percentage numbers like Juan Soto are guys like Ted Williams and Mel Ott. You did not lose this trade in any stretch of the imagination.
No. Keon, come over here a second. You've been traded to the morning show for a box of donuts and a couple of staplers. It's just business.
Box of donuts and one of Helastray's Super Bowl rings.
Yeah, the smaller one.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So I feel like he wouldn't get. He wouldn't let go of the other ones.
I just want to see what happened. I sprung it on him. He actually looks happy. He looks happy. For that,
I am not happy to listen. The morning is like the worst time of day for me. I am not a morning person. Every time I
you guys hate the morning. The older you get, the more you will appreciate the mornings.
Yeah, well, we get to hear you tell us all about it because we missed a lot while we were sleeping.
Listen, I get more done before 9 o'clock in the morning than most of you guys get done all day.
And that time will come for me at some point.
But not today.
I am not there yet.
Bruno Baller says, what is the Padres bullpen closing situation there? Because that'll be key in the postseason for sure.
Well, they got Hader.
Yeah.
That guy's one of the best closers in baseball now.
They got Josh Hader. Yeah.
So that's one of the reasons why they went ahead and made the move for Soto.
And they got that. What's his name? Oh man, he was just on the hill last night, and I meant to write his name down. The kid looked pretty good too. No, I have to look at it. Now I have to look it up. Damn it.
Bruno Baller also says that Jeffrey, being a Major League Baseball professional player, probably making six figures easily, still needs to borrow money from his teammates. I don't need to.
Need is not the issue. Yeah,
I'm just doing it because I want to see how much I can get out the door with once I know I'm going to be traded. Boomer Sooner says, Jeffrey, did you know it's National Ice Cream Sandwich Day? Yeah, I kind of started the show with it, Boomer Sooner. Thanks for joining us. Thunder Snow says, wow, it's Blender After Dark, and it's not even dark. Well, there's different. Okay, there's Blender. It got dark. The humor got real dark, or Blender After Dark. I think it's more it got dark. Mr. Pringle, that time that Dingle sat next to Barry on the bench. Good times. Blissful A says, did your dental assistant say, well, I bet the Giants could at least beat the Jaguars? You should die on fire, Blissful Hayes. That's what you should do. Rye Guy says, dude, Luke Voigt sucked. That texter doesn't know what the hell he's talking about.
Probably should take it easy with that kind of talk.
Well, he did say that the one game that he went and saw in person. So he wasn't saying Luke Voigt.
I mean, Big George, I appreciate your passion on this, but Luke Voigt could have gotten hurt just as much as anybody else. I mean, you run that risk. It's called baseball, and it's a game, and people get hurt all the time. So, I mean, if that happens to the Padres, it's a tough break. But you got to when you're going in playoffs, especially second half of a season, and you don't have to pay the entire contract to Juan Soto, and you don't have to sign him to a new contract. You've got a value move here. And who knows when he becomes a free agent at the end of the season? Come on, man. Come on.
Well, actually, Soto's got a couple of years before he's actually a free
agent.
agent.
Lock him up for a couple of seasons.
Yeah.
It's a value. It's a value move.
You can absolutely do it. And Juan Soto didn't say no to the Nationals because of the money. The Nationals leaked that to make Juan Soto look bad because that's how they operate and do business, which I'm not a fan of. Juan Soto said no because he didn't want to be Mike Trout. He didn't want to be stuck on a team.
Best player on a team that doesn't do anything.
Yeah. And they won the World Series in 2019. Juan Soto got a taste of that. There's no way you can go back to just playing baseball after you win a championship. You want more.
Yeah.
There should be rules. I'm just saying there should be rules that what would have to happen to make sure baseball stayed competitive and football stayed competitive. Right now, I can read you the headlines from several different teams in training camp, and you put it in the English to NFL translator, and it says, look who's tanking. And, or just with the Diamondbacks, look who's not even trying to win. So what do you got to do to make these guys work to be competitive?
That's a good question.
Because it's not right that the Diamondbacks sit there year in, year out. As soon as somebody looks good, they ship them off. Well, you're selling. When are you going to start buying? So what do you got to do to get these teams to do right by their fans, to do right by the business model? What's the business model? We're going to put a team together. We're going to put players in the field, and we're going to try to win games and then maybe win playoffs and then maybe win a World Series. That is our trajectory. That's where we're trying to go. If you see that a team is not doing those things, they shouldn't be allowed to have a team. So something has to change in the structure to make these guys do it. I mean, listen, not everybody can win. I get that. But look like you're trying.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying. But there are things in place, a competitive balance. I forget what they call it. It's competitive balance tax or.
Oh, I think what you're looking for is it's not working.
Well, it's not working. You're right. And baseball is its own sort of enigma. I mean, it doesn't have to follow the same guidelines as the NFL, the MLB, or the NHL or the NBA. I mean, these guys are they're able to go out and spend in mass whatever they want. And you get a large market team like a New York, they can go out and they can they just buy players ad nauseum. And then you get a small market team like Tampa Bay. You've got to get in shrewd businessmen to come in and run your ball club and put players on the field like the Rays have done. The Diamondbacks just don't have that sort of model. They throw money at the wrong guys. So you got to get some new leadership in there, new blood in there to help this team compete. I think they can compete. Maybe not win a world championship right away, but they can compete. They just got to get the right leadership in the front office, I think. That's my
I just
opinion.
want to see you working in the right direction. I can forgive a loss. I can't forgive you not even trying and taking American hard-earned money from people here in Arizona for those tickets. What? So what? Who is on the text line said they can walk around and sit wherever they want because nobody's there?
$19 a ticket.
Living the dream, are we? Living the dream.
Yeah. Well.
Anyway, all right, guys, that is 1 hour down. We got 2 to go. Come on back. I'll read your texts and we'll talk some NFL too. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
My heart was racing just making spaghetti. I could have waited to tell my doctor, but I didn't wait.
I was short of breath just reading a book. I could have delayed telling my doctor, but I didn't wait.
They told their doctors and found out they have atrial fibrillation, a condition which makes it about 5 times more likely to have a stroke. If you have one or more of these symptoms, irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain, shortness of breath, fatigue, or lightheadedness, this is no time to wait. Contact your doctor.
Brought to you by Bristol-Myers Squibb and Pfizer. You could save big when you bundle your home and auto with Progressive, but when we just come out and say it, it feels like it falls a bit flat. So instead, we're going to hire a professional voice actor and pay him absurd amounts of money to say,
I like this product.
Not sure why that was better. I mean, I'm a professional too, but we didn't pay him to say the business part, so back to me. Save big when you bundle your home and auto with Progressive. Sorry, I know hearing me say it was a bit of a letdown. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Discount not available in all states or situations.
I always wanted to learn Spanish, but I never thought I'd have the time. Then I discovered Babbel.
Babbel's lessons are fun. They only take like 10 or 15 minutes, and in 3 weeks, presto, you're speaking another language, like magic.
I love that Babbel's lessons aren't just robots talking. They're voiced by native speakers, so you get the pronunciation just right.
If you want to learn a language, there's no faster, easier, better way than
Babbel.
Babbel.
Babbel. Go to babbel.com to try for free. That's BABBEL.com. Babbel.com.
If you're age 62 or older and own a home, this message is for you. Reverse Rob here, Money Radio's expert on reverse mortgages. Learn how to tap the equity in your home and increase the quality of your life by earning tax-free income while protecting your other retirement assets. Join us for our free Second Saturdays webinar every month to learn more. This is not too good to be true. All you need to do is reverse your thinking. Call me today, Reverse Rob, to learn more at 602-REVERSE. That's 602-738-3773, or download my app by searching Retire Right with Reverse Rob.
The primary election is August 2nd, 2022. Are you voting by mail? Remember to request your ballot by mail no later than July 22nd, or join the active early voting list. Mail your ballot back 7 to 10 days before Election Day, or return your ballot by mail to any secure election drop box or voting location by 7 p.m. on Election Day. Learn more at arizona.vote. This message is sponsored by the Arizona Secretary of State's office.
If you're age 62 or older and own a home, this message is for you. Reverse Rob here, Money Radio's expert on reverse mortgages. Learn how to tap the equity in your home and increase the quality of your life by earning tax-free income while protecting your other retirement assets. Join us for our free Second Saturdays webinar every month to learn more. This is not too good to be true. All you need to do is reverse your thinking. Call me today, Reverse Rob, to learn more at 602-REVERSE. That's 602-738-3773, or download my app by searching Retire Right with Reverse Rob.
KQFN Tempe, also transmitting on K25CD Phoenix at 99.3 FM
and K240 Dollar Hills at 95.9 FM.
All right, people, settle down.
Because it's time.
For what?
Showtime.
When does it start?
Right now. 3, 2, 1.
Let's get on with the show. Let's do it.
You're live.
All right, everybody, it's 4 o'clock here on the Daily Blender. I'm your good friend, your radio pal, Jeffrey O'Brien, alongside Randy White. Got Keon Rose in the control room, and you guys are on the Fanatic text line, 888-368-1580, as we broadcast live in the Harman Solar Studios in Scottsdale. And I got to tell you, we've had some good entries for the Feast with the Fanatic from Kasai Japanese Steakhouse contest we're doing. But I'll tell you what, we could use some more entries. There's not a whole lot of people on the field, which means you got a damn good chance. You know what I'm saying? I mean, we've got some good stuff. And listen, we're not looking for amazing production value, so don't worry about that. we just want to hear your voice. We just want you to read the spot into your phone, into your computer, however, even do a little video, whatever gets you the audio onto the file. And then, let us hear your version of the Kasai Japanese Steakhouse commercial and get that thing in there. The deadline is day after tomorrow, Thursday. So if you're one of those people who's been slacking and, I'll just do it tomorrow. Well, stop procrastinating. Get that thing in here because, a lot is riding on this. A lot is riding on this. Do you know what? Do you know what?
Well, a big meal, a big feast with the Fanatic, all the hosts, all the producers, Jeffrey, Keon, myself, Bruce Jacobs, Dale Hellestray, Izzy is going to be there. All the hosts, all the producers, big Radio Ron is going to be there. And you get Fanatic swag. We'll get you a hat and T-shirts and stuff like that. And also, what else? $100 gift card to Kasai to use another time. So you get to come and sit down with all of us knuckleheads, and basically all the people in your radio just crawled out of the speakers and they're sitting next to you. Yeah, that's weird, isn't it? That's kind of weird. Listen, when you have I've eaten with these people, and once you eat with them, your entire life changes. Yeah. Well, we should probably also offer some counseling. Yeah, there are things you cannot even imagine happening. Yeah, when we all get together and eat. For instance, if you see Dale heading towards the bathroom, sprint ahead of him. Yeah, get there first. By God, get there first.
It's a foot race, and it's one for your life.
Yeah, I mean, at the speed he walks nowadays, you'll get there and back before he gets there. But it's still self-preservation time. You know what I mean? Ask the people in the morning. Anyway, so here's what you do. You go to 1580thefanatic.com, right? And right there on the top, it has the whole thing for the contest. And you click on a link and it'll give you a PDF of the script. You'll have all the words you need to say. Somebody asked me, hey, can I embellish a little bit, but stick to the basic idea? You'll notice that when Randy and I and Keon will read some commercials, not every single syllable is the same as what was written, but we're professionals. We know to keep it, within a certain range. So, just don't go too far with it. But listen, be creative, make it yours, do what you got to do. And this is more just about the fun of it. So you get the script at 1580thefanatic.com, and then you email in your version of the commercial to contest at 1580thefanatic.com. Now, if you're driving and you're like, well, I'm not going to remember all this, at least remember 1580thefanatic.com because there's all the stuff I just said conveniently right there for you. So go to our website, learn how to do this thing. Make sure it's in by Thursday at 6 p.m. We will announce the winner Friday here on the Daily Blender. Okay. By the way, 30-day rule applies. If you have won a prize in the last 30 days, suck it, you're not eligible to win. I'm also told that I should not say suck it because that's not very nice to somebody who's now not eligible to win. My apologies.
It looks like you already said it though. So
yeah,
but I apologized.
May have already crossed the line there, Jeffco.
I apologize.
It's like the celebrity apology, though. It's like you've already done the thing.
I'm sorry it hurts your feelings that I said suck it. You're not eligible to win.
There we go.
That should be good enough.
Yep.
Random texter says, okay, we were talking in the last hour, if you're just joining us, about what do you got to do to make Major League Baseball teams be competitive? Because the Diamondbacks, they don't even look like they're trying. They don't even, and it's been this way for years. Anything good, they ship it off for nothing. And then if that gets good, they ship it off for nothing. It's an ugly, ugly cycle. And yet here you go. You're still going to these games. You're still paying them the money. They're still making money off the TV deals. I don't understand how they're allowed to even do that. It's not fair to us.
I mean, that's up to Major League Baseball. It isn't fair to us. I think that fans deserve to have their team at least attempt, either in the short term or the long term, to put a winning product out on the field. The Diamondbacks do not do that. Okay. And part of it is that the TV deals, and this is not just the Diamondbacks, this is to all the teams that are not trying. The TV deals are so lucrative that you can get away with it. I think like in the NBA and in the NFL, The reason why teams that are on the bubble at least try to get into the playoffs is because you do get a boost financially for making it to the postseason. That's not really true in Major League Baseball.
And now you have the Arizona Diamondbacks management saying, we want you to send up this guy. Well, why that guy? He's not that good as this other guy. Well, no, we got a uniform that'll fit him. I mean, I think that's it. They just, they're not trying to win. Now, Randy, let's pretend you are a prosecutor and your job is to convict the Arizona Diamondbacks of trying to win baseball games. Can you win?
Can I win if I'm prosecuting to prove that the Diamondbacks want to win games?
Yes. Or does this end up another OJ deal where everybody knows these bleepers are guilty and yet they're walking around free?
Well, I think that I think overall the Diamondbacks do want to win. Do they know how to win? See, that's another case. That's another situation.
I don't think they want to win. I don't think they care to win. I think they're just making money.
I think they do, and I think that the problem is in the front office and coaching. Torey Lovullo is here too long. He's been here 4 seasons. He's allowed less than 10 games pitchers to throw less than 10 games, complete games. In the 4 or 5 years he's been here, less than 10 games of his starting pitching staff to throw a complete game. You know why? Because he's listened to the guys in the front office who break down the numbers and do all the math and have their computers break it all down. And they send it down to Torey Lovullo. This is the lineup you need to have. This is how long this guy needs to stay in the game. This is the pitcher that needs to come in the 7th, 8th, or 9th inning. This is the lineup that they have, and this is the way we're going to. It's all done for him. He does absolutely no work whatsoever. It's all the damn sabermetrics.
Yeah, I'm sorry, but yeah, that excuse is like, well, who's telling this person this or doing that or that? It's an organization, and they don't seem to make the right moves and decisions of getting personnel that's conducive to a win, let alone how they decide how many times this guy gets to pitch and for how long because of these metrics and this and that. It's just an overall visual sense. They don't care.
It's not that they don't care entirely. It's that they don't care enough. And so they care a little, but it's not a full effort. It's not the we care about winning, and that's the only thing we care about, or the most important thing we care about. It's on the list, but it's like 5 things down from the top, and that's not how you win in baseball. And quite frankly, this division that the Diamondbacks are in, that's not how you win baseball games in this division.
Blissful Hayes says, think positive. The Diamondbacks are only 25 games back of first place. All they have to do is win 40 games in a row to make the playoffs. Big George says, wow, thanks, Jeffrey, for telling me to suck it. I'll remember that. I hope you do. Last Optimist says, I know I can't win, but I kind of want to record an entry with my family to see what you think. Do it just for the fun of it. Last Optimist won the $100 gift card last week. And so with the text of the day contest. So yeah, do it just for fun. We'll play it on the air. I'll play it on the air. Well, as long as you're not dirty. Hamilton Porter says the Lions have done this my entire life. No desire to win if the owners are making money. None. Watermelon says Major League Baseball should tax a team for lack of effort, ticket sales, and so on. Major League Baseball is losing out by the fans not attending games, watching games, or flat out losing interest in the team or even the sport. Well, it doesn't matter to the Major League Baseball because everybody's making money. The Diamondbacks are making money right now. And if they're making money, so is Major League Baseball. And again, it's the same concept as we've seen with the NFL. All the owners collectively run the commissioner who runs the game. And so, no, they're not going to call anybody out on their own bleep. The only time I've seen anybody called out on their own bleep is when their bleep bleeps up somebody else's bleep in reference to, Roger Goodell is spitting mad and he's going to read him the riot act at the next owners meeting. Oh, you mean about sexual assault and rape and domestic violence? And well, no, let's not get ahead of ourselves. He's angry about the tampering. Oh, that tampering and tanking. Oh, he's had enough. Come on, man. That's the riot act that's coming.
Cole Rogers had enough.
I feel like that whatever the texter said, I think that is a good starting point. But will it ever happen? I don't think so. But there should be some sort of penalty for teams that habitually lose and don't do anything within reason to try to improve their team.
The problem is,
if I'm sorry, Keon.
No, you're good.
Every year, the Pirates for a long time did not win more than X amount of games. All of a sudden, they're starting to win games. And what was the change there? I don't know what the change was. Diamondbacks continually, piddle around in the basement of the National League West. Well, you know what? You should start rewarding teams instead of giving a fair share of what's going around the Major League Baseball, of all the revenues and stuff. Horse crap. This is a capitalistic society. You want to go out and make money, then go out and make money. But you don't get given anything. That's a very wrong thing. That's a very soft way of looking at things. You want to go out and make money, then put a team together and be competitive. That's how you make money.
I think that the main issue that we have here is that they're never going to apply a penalty because like a third of the league is not consistently good. That they're not trying every single year. Yeah, some of these teams that we notoriously don't spend money have had a pretty good year this year. But I want to see you try and give effort 2, 3, 4 years in a row. I haven't seen that for most of these teams, and those are the teams that would have to vote to apply the penalty, and they're not going to put it on themselves.
Well, maybe it's one of these things where, back to the penalty, it's like you have to have a couple of years in a row of being craptastic, and it being like, okay, obviously they're not trying because sometimes you have a bad year. Sometimes this will happen, but that, there has to be a string of years together. And Watermelon says, they make you pay a luxury tax. They should make you pay a crap tax. Okay. You know what? I'd be fine with that. But what Keon was saying, and it makes all the sense in the world, there's no way this penalty is ever going to be created because the owners are the ones who are going to decide whether the penalty exists or not. They're not going to do that to themselves.
And there's the problem right there. There's the problem. It's all share and share alike in the Major League Baseball. It's called a competitive balance tax or competitive balance. I forget the name of it, the exact name of it, but every team gets a fair share of the revenues. Every team gets a fair share of the media deals. Every team gets a fair share of the breakdowns of merchandise and stuff like that. I say poo-poo on that, man.
Hamilton Porter says, what's the cutoff for a crap year in this scenario?
What do you mean? Like, what's the cutoff? What does that mean?
Yeah, I'm not sure what you're getting at there, Hamilton Porter. You mean like games that you've won? I think it's one of those things where you look at a team in its entirety. You could have a talented team out there, have some injuries, end up losing some games, have a slump. Well, that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about year in, year out. You can see the dumb decisions that are being made. You can see the lack of effort to do this and that. It's not hard to look at the Diamondbacks, and I disagree. Randy thinks they don't know how to win. I say they're not even trying to win because why? It's cheaper not to. It's cheaper to do it the way they're doing it, and I think that they have a formula that the Diamondbacks have put together for themselves, and they're meeting that, and they're like, we've never been happier.
And this is why I wonder if it wouldn't help baseball, and I don't know how they'd apply it, but to have a massive incentive for trying to make the playoffs. You can really reward teams for trying because that's where we are right now. I don't know how you do it.
I have it. Okay, I have it, Randy. Well, you're gonna like this. So here's what we need to do. I think what it is the TV money is the problem. Because of all the TV money, it has changed the way baseball teams do business, right? So here's what you do. Hear me out. You got to get rid of Rob Manfred. You hire Larry Scott. He's really bad at TV deals.
Larry Scott, okay.
And if he's running Major League Baseball, you'll only get it on like one channel on Dish Network, okay? So all these teams now, well, where are we going to make our money? Well, we got to forget about the TV money because Larry Scott's running things now. That's a genius move right there.
So the Diamondbacks, in their history, I just looked it up. This is their history since 1998, since they began play. The Diamondbacks have a losing record since they began play. They are a .485 percentage team since their existence in 1998. What does that tell you about this franchise?
Mm.
And they won a World Series championship, and they've had some good
Quicker than
seasons.
anyone.
They the second year in existence, they won 100 games. They won 85 after that, 92, 98. And then there was a fall off, but then they recovered, and they had a 90-win season, 82-win season, a 94-win season, an 81-win season where they were 500 under Kirk Gibson's for 2 years. And then they fell off, a 63 and 96 season. Chip Hale came in, which was a horrible mistake, 79 and 83, 69. And then under Torey Lovello, they've had exactly 1, 2, 3 winning seasons. 3 winning season. You have to want to win if you're going to have a successful ball club. Want to win.
Yeah. Last Optimist says, and this, I don't know how to feel about it, but he says American sports need regulation.
Well, I would agree with that.
I don't like the idea of government getting involved.
Well,
but
yes.
In this situation, look at how the NFL is doing right now and what they're doing and what they it's bad. Look at baseball and what's happening, right? It's bad. I don't know how government or any other regulation, because here's the thing, unless it's imposed upon these entities, they will never do it.
Right. And there is a case to be made about regulation, if for no other reason than you got to protect the customers.
Makes me itchy. That makes me itchy.
It makes me itchy too. I'm not a fan of it myself, but I don't see how you protect the customers, because this is borderline predatory. When you have a fan, you have a product, and people want to invest in a local product, something that represents them, and you take advantage of them because there's beer and there's tickets and there's a TV deal with Bally Sports, and that is enough for you to feel good about not giving them a product for the money they're giving to you.
Just makes me itchy. But it may need to be what happens. The only thing that can save the sports that we love, it feels like. Last Optimist says, not regulation, European style regulation, where a minor league team is promoted and a pro team is demoted.
Relegation, I think is the word you're looking for there then.
Oh, yeah, he did say relegation, but I've got my 1.5 glasses on, not my 2.0. Sorry. He did say relegation.
Okay. Yeah.
I am so sorry. I told you I had some dental work done. I ain't right today. I ain't right. Wild Bill says, so if Torey Lovello is following upper management orders on metrics, what difference does it make who's manager or how long he's there? Colangelo did it right. Ken Kendrick can suck it.
Well, and I don't know that it's Ken Kendrick, except that he says this has got to be a budgetary type of ball club. We can't go out and spend oodles and oodles and oodles of money. We don't have that as a ownership group. What we can do is we can bring in guys, Mr. Kendrick, with all due respect, that you go and pick up guys that, for example, that have been on the Tampa Bay Devil Rays in their system, promising young guys. They brought in Mike Hazen. He was from the Red Sox. Everybody thought, oh, well, this is an up and coming kid. He hasn't done anything. Gave away Paul Goldschmidt. He every time we get somebody that's good, he tries to make a trade. His trades have been horrible. I mean, we pay guys like Ketel Marte, who, he's a good ball player, but he seems to get dinged up and hurt quite a bit.
Flying Monkeys says no asses in the seats, no payroll. But we just talked about that. That's not necessarily true with all this TV money, is it?
Exactly.
And the thing with the Diamondbacks too is if you're going to go out here and say, hey, we don't have the money, we can't spend with the Yankees and the Dodgers and apparently the damn Padres, we can't spend with any of these teams, then your margin for error is slimmer. That is just a fact. You have a smaller margin for error. And that means that the moment you detect Mike Hazen's not getting it done, guess what? Bye. The moment you detect Torey Lovello's not getting it done, bye. You can't hang on to guys who aren't effective if you're not going to spend money.
We need to sit them down and make them watch Major League. That's what we need to do. All right, let's take a break. We come back. Let's go from the horribleness of Major League Baseball ownership to the horribleness of NFL ownership. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
Hi, this is Nick LaCapria with the Daily Sports Quiz. Alice Rott
was the wife of a sports writer in Philadelphia. And one night she was hit with a foul ball and it broke her nose. They had to stop the game. When the game resumed, they realized they needed to get Alice Roth out of the ballpark. She was in bad condition. But on her way out of the ballpark, another foul ball hit her again, this time breaking a bone in her leg. Who hit that foul ball?
When you want trivia from the world of sports, Daily Sports Quiz host Nick LaCapria has it. Baseball lovers, go online to baseballtrivia.org. Basketball fans, check out basketballtrivia.net. Football fans, head on over to footballtrivia.net. Hockey trivia, that's hockeytrivia.net. And boxing fans, log on to boxingtrivia.net. Stay tuned to this radio station for the Daily Sports Quiz or visit Nick LaCapria's sports-specific trivia website.
The answer to today's Daily Sports Quiz: name the player that hit 2 foul balls that hit Alice Roth in the same at bat. Richie Ashburn. The odds of hitting a fan with a foul ball at a baseball game are 300,000 to 1.
If you're an IT professional looking for an opportunity with great benefits and the freedom to creatively solve problems in a career with great growth potential and a team environment, look no further than Affinity Technology. Serving the Valley since 1992, Affinity Technology is looking for a level 1 tech to develop and deliver excellent solutions and outstanding customer service. Visit atechaz.com/jobs and get started with your future today. That's atechaz.com/jobs.
Are you a planner? Do you like to plan ahead? Then, of course, you already have a plan to call Harmon Solar, right? Bruce Jacobs here. It should be at the top of your list to get solar now and enjoy huge savings next summer. Up to 85% on your monthly bill with 0 down and no payments for 12 months. Then you can plan what to do with all that extra money. Harmon Solar is a family-owned, women-owned, local company that uses top-of-the-line equipment. Call Harmon Solar 800-281-3189 or go to harmonsolar.com.
Progressive presents Don't Do It Yourself.
Okay, simple enough. Just got to get in there with my screwdriver. Do you mind handing me my screwdriver?
Are you trying to say screwdriver?
Well, I mean, you're saying it weird, but yeah, sure.
Look, maybe we should bundle our home and auto with Progressive. We could save big and pay someone to install this for us so you don't have to pretend you can.
I know my way around a screwdriver. Oh, yeah. This is going to take a Philippe's head for sure.
Save when bundling home and auto with Progressive and use the money to, not do it yourself. Coverage from Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and third-party insurers. Bundle discount not available in all states or situations.
The Rams were built to win the Super Bowl.
The Los Angeles Rams have won Super Bowl 56. But if you think that brought the end of the NFL season,
you'd better think again.
The NFL is a year-round beast, and we keep you in the know. Free agency, trades, retirements, hirings, firings, holdouts, injuries, training camps, and a whole lot more.
Football is always in season here.
We are 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic.
Your home for football.
The Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic. Billy from Phoenix says he laughs his ass off every time the Alice Roth trivia thing comes on. Getting hit twice in a game by a foul ball. One time in the seat, one time on the stretcher. I mean, that's amazing.
That'd be my kind of luck.
That's God trying to tell you something, lady. You know what I'm saying? Whatever you've been putting in the food at the potluck, knock that off. Because it ain't right, Alice. It ain't right. 888-368-1580. Diamondbacks already winning 3-0, says Big George, over the Cleveland Guardians in the first inning. Some nice run support for Zach Gallen.
How about that?
Yeah, but just, give it a minute.
How about that?
Give it a minute. Well, we tried to get happy about them coming back the other day. Let's just leave it alone.
When they pull Zach Gallen out in the 7th, they bring in that miserable back end of the bullpen, and everything will change. Yeah.
Fighting Wampa says Major League Baseball should have a reverse luxury tax. If you don't spend a certain amount of money in a certain amount of years to improve your baseball club, maybe you can get some draft picks taken away. Maybe that's an incentive for the teams. Or no, it's the draft picks, not so much. Here's the thing, and you can't even prove that. It's got to be like an overall metric. You know what I'm saying? Because like Randy has said before, the Diamondbacks do spend some money, but not in the smart areas. And the Diamondbacks do these things and that thing and that other thing, but not doing it well. I don't know, Randy. Maybe you're right. Maybe I'm sitting here blaming them for malpractice when they're just dumb. I don't know. Are they doing this to us on purpose, or are they just dumb?
I cannot believe that Torey Lovello, a baseball man, he's been in the baseball for a long time.
Well, I'm not talking about him. I'm talking about the higher muckety mucks.
Well, I understand what you're saying. I cannot believe that Derek Hall, president, of the club. I can't believe that, Mike Hazen, the general manager. I can't believe that they mean to go out and make the worst deals ever. But I mean,
it looks like they're doing it on purpose.
How do you get rid of somebody based on your? Why do we always keep doing this? We get rid of somebody and he turns out to be, a future Hall of Fame. Max Scherzer is my greatest example. The Diamondbacks scouting team said he's got a slight frame. His arm will never hold up. This guy's only going to be in the major leagues X amount of years. And look at where he's at now.
I think I have
top pitchers in the damn league.
I have a theory. So remember, the Diamondbacks were great when they started, right? So here's what happened. There was some sort of a deal made, a Crossroads Demon deal. They went out there and they buried some chicken feet and some other things in a tin can, and then the Demon shows up, and there's Ken Kendricks like, I want to own a team. Okay, but here's the deal. You can own the team. You can make some money. You must never win again. He's like, well, or I don't want to go to hell, so we're going to keep doing this my way.
Well, I can't believe them. I don't know Mr. Kendricks, and it's easy to criticize. I'm sure he's a nice enough guy, but I can't believe there's a man with that type of money who was able to organize guys to buy a baseball franchise and then go out and just be mediocre to terrible every year.
I'm calling the guys from Supernatural, going to get some salt, some gasoline. We're going to take care of this problem.
I mean, look, if that is the explanation, it would make infinitely more sense. And I would immediately take back everything that I said. And I think what the texter was referring to earlier is known as a salary floor, which is the putting a minimum. If you can't spend above this, get out. You're just not, we can't have you running a baseball team where this is what you're spending. And so
good idea.
The next collective bargaining agreement, when players and owners are all mad at each other and nobody's playing baseball, I, as a fan, will not be happy if there's no floor in the next CBA.
The problem is not just that, though, Keon. The problem is not just that. That's a good idea. That's a great thing to put in there to help our situation. But there's a handful of symptoms to our disease. You know what I'm saying? There's more things that need to be treated than just one. So we should make a list of our demands. That's what we should do.
I still say we need to do a hostile takeover.
Well, so far we have $47.83. And it's not enough. You took a penny from the penny jar. You're supposed to take
No, I added a penny. I added a penny.
Well, then that means we're a penny short now.
No, 80. You said 83 cents.
I thought you meant at the deli. You took a penny
at the house and I found a penny.
Where does that leave us now?
It was 84 cents. $47.84.
Yeah. Thank you. That helps. But we are still very, very far off from what we're going to need for that.
A couple billion. But I mean, what's a couple billion between friends?
Yeah. Well, speaking of billions, the information from Sportico. Oh my God, I could spend days just looking at this information. Sportico released their annual ranking of the most valuable NFL teams, and spoiler alert: Cowboys are number one again. The biggest change this year is the Rams overtook the Patriots for the number 2 spot. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean because they won a Super Bowl. That's not that effective on moving the needle. How do I know this? Because the Cincinnati Bengals, who were in the Super Bowl, dead last.
And also, you started by mentioning the Cowboys, who haven't seen a Super Bowl in God knows how long.
Right. So that doesn't have as much to do with winning as you would think. The Cowboys are worth $7.6 billion. I think that might be not just the most expensive value for an NFL team, any American team for sure, right? There's nobody else.
I wonder
the Yankees.
What the Yankees would be with the Yankees and the Red Sox.
Yeah,
seems like that would be.
I'm shocked at this value, and then it drops by almost $2 billion down to the Rams. Then there's the Patriots. Then there's the Giants. Then there's the 49ers and the Bears and the Jets. And this was shocking. In the top 10, worth $4.78 billion, the Washington Commandos.
How about that?
I get the past, but years and years of horrific mismanagement and just absolute ugh. How can they still be in the top? Where's this money coming from?
There's a lot of fans. You make fun of me because we're out here in Arizona and there's not a lot of Commando fans out here. But in the DC, Maryland, Virginia area, there are people that are still hanging in there.
I would make fun of you there too. Just want you know.
But you'd have a lot more people to make fun of as well.
Ooh, I enjoy that.
Yeah. So, and what I'm saying is, you talk about some group of fans that are being taken advantage of. They love that team. They love that franchise. They love the history, but they buy the jerseys. They buy the merch. They buy the stuff. It doesn't matter.
During these last 2 years of scandal coming out of COVID, in 2020, the Washington Commandos made $391 million. Last year, they made $535 million. And that's just ridiculous. The team value for the Washington Commandos is astounding. $4.78 billion. Randy, do you know where the Cardinals are on this list?
32nd.
No. That's the Bengals. I just told you that.
33rd.
Huh? No. I'll just tell you.
41st.
Yes, 41st. You are correct. 28th at $3.17 billion.
I figured.
Towards the bottom, but still, you made almost $500 million last year. You made $353 million. The amount of income and revenue between the Cardinals and the Commandos is not a giant leap. It's the Cowboys that are way up there. And whatever you say about Crazy Jerry, the dude knows business. He may not know football, and maybe he shouldn't be micromanaging, but he knows business because, well, the proof is right there for you, isn't it?
Well, the guy gets out of bed and scratches his butt and makes $100 million.
Sorry,
that's just the way Jerry rolls.
I'm picturing it. Hold on. So then, I can't even say nothing about your team because my team is only in 26th place. The Colts, $3.25 billion worth. But this is a great thing. Go to my Twitters, people, if you want to see. It's really cool. Spartaco, when you click on the link, it takes you to this really cool thing. They called it what did they call this thing? It's a valuable, it's an interactive data set. And you can click on the teams, the value, how many Super Bowl titles. Sorry, Randy. Revenue, related businesses. It's just an amazing amount of information. And it's a really cool graph. Go to at Radio Pal 1580 and scroll down a little bit there. You'll find it. I don't know how far down it is, but it's not far because it's today. But play with that thing. Take it out, put it in your hand, play with it, show some friends.
So you want us to go to your Twitter page?
Yeah.
Take it out and play with it in our own hands.
Yeah. Show it to everybody. Show it to grandma. Show it to anybody who'll look at it.
You think grandma would be able to take that kind of shock?
Well, to know that the Cowboys are worth over $7.5 billion, maybe start her off with, say, the Falcons at $3.8 billion. All
right.
But no, seriously, go look at this link at Radio Pal 1580. And you'll see what I'm talking about. It's a really nifty interactive chart. And now if you end up accidentally on the other page where it just shows the list, there's a button for it. There's a place you can go to find what I'm talking about. 888-368-1580. Hefty Lefty, I knew you were going to come with this. He says, Jim Irsay is spending too much of the revenue of the Colts on rock and roll merchandise for his man cave. That dude is a billionaire before the Colts and around the Colts, after the Colts, outside of the Colts. None of that money is going to his mushrooms or his John Lennon piano or his Jimi Hendrix guitar or all the other stuff he owns. Zero to do with it. The Hefty Lefty does say if the gap between Super Bowls for the Cowboys was a person, it could legally drive a car.
That made me happy to hear. Just
in that division, let's see here. When's the last time you had one? Let's see here. Super Bowl title.
No, it's been roughly as long.
Yeah, it's been a while.
But I'm saying, look, if we're down here, they got to be down here too.
Glad they're down there too.
I do not like the Cowboys at all.
Donnie says, problem with the Diamondbacks comes down to 2 words, Ken Kendricks, and also Mike Hazen stinks. That's 5 words, Donnie. There's that Minnesota, education, giving you trouble there. Big George says, oh, yeah, Randy, Mark Melancon might be the worst closer in Diamondbacks history. And that's saying something considering this team's had Heath Bell, Brad Boxberger, Brandon Lyon, David Hernandez, etc.
etc. Hey, Big George, remember when they had Matt Manti? Remember that? They brought Manti over from the Marlins. They played Ice, baby. And he came out and he would blow a save a week easy. Remember that? Wasn't that good times?
So what team should we be fans of? Is it time, Randy? Are we getting time to
I cannot give up on the Diamondbacks. Okay, first of all, how many times in a lifetime does a professional franchise in your hometown form and begin play? And 4 years after they form and start playing, win a world championship? How can I walk away from something like that? Yeah, I know what you're going to say.
I know what you're going to say. I thought he was just going to say easily, but
just turn around and walk away. But Keon, you get what I'm saying, right?
I do.
I mean, if you were living in DC and the Commandos, almost slipped there. The Commandos formulated right there out of nothing. They became a franchise before your very eyeballs, and they went off and they won a Super Bowl. And you're going along, and now they're the team that they are right now. Would you walk away from the Commandos?
Well,
Commandos became a team right before his eyes.
And the previous versions of that team have not given me much hope, and I can't walk away from that. If they won a championship, no, I would never be able to leave.
I can't walk away from the Diamondbacks. I can't. I'm looking for permission to think about it. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I mean, listen,
I don't
you're
want
the man
to.
card commissioner. You're my pal. You're my buddy.
Well,
you can do whatever you want. I will not judge you. But
I may have to move away.
I know.
So I can think of another team. This is hard, man. It's hard to be a Phoenix sports fan, isn't it? I mean, at least the Suns at least have started coming back around to being something.
At least
Coyotes, I am told, are working towards the future, and then the Cardinals. I don't know how long this Kyler Murray nightmare is going to last.
Let's just wait and let it play out. That's all I ask. Let's let it play out.
But I feel like now the Diamondbacks are lost cause. Hefty Lefty says, Manateo played for the Diamondbacks? I thought the same thing when he said that, but I don't think he meant that same person.
Manti.
Last Optimist.
Manti.
Last Optimist says, guys, it's primary election day, so get out there and vote early and vote often. Yeah, I'm an independent voter, so I can't vote in much of this stuff, because I am not affiliated with a party. So I can't vote in primaries, I
understand if you go to the poll, you can ask to have either one party or the other.
I don't want to be one part or the other. I think they all suck. I think they're all stupid. So I'm going to start they all suck and they all stupid party.
We all agree. I
mean, I got to work on the name, but anyway.
It's like the guy that ran the Rent is Too Damn High party.
I want to be in the party where the guy wears the boot in his head. I think that's the Loonies.
Vermin Supreme is the name of the guy.
I want to be in that one. I want to walk around with a boot on my head.
Vermin Supreme.
Yes.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Tiger Paws says, just walk away, Renee. Randy, you won't see me follow you no more. What's he talking about? Is that a song? I feel like that's a song. Come on, Tiger Paws. We don't know what's the song. All right, we're going to take a break. When we come back, other football things. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
Hey guys, it's Stephen McCollum from the Main Event here on 1580 The Fanatic. And if you haven't heard, the show is now noon to 2 p.m. Monday through Friday. NFL training camps are underway. We'll get you the latest from the Cardinals and around the league. Major League Baseball trade deadline is coming on. Diamondbacks outlook for the rest of the season, and do we see more of a youth? Major League Baseball is on the backstretch, headed to the playoffs. So join me, Stephen McCollum, on the Main Event Monday through Friday, noon to 2 p.m. here on 99.3 and 1580 The Fanatic.
Come
Come on, we're going to be late to the cookout.
I was just packing up my famous mac and cheese.
I hope you packed the Pepto too.
Huh?
Pepto-Bismol provides fast relief from heartburn and indigestion. You know, that uncomfortable feeling after you eat too much and after the deviled eggs, baked beans, and barbecue ribs. You're going to need it.
Barbecue ribs. I should probably pack an extra shirt too.
Good call.
When you have nausea, heartburn, indigestion, upset stomach, diarrhea.
Pepto-Bismol. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
Remember when you could go to the doctor and actually leave feeling better? Hi, this is Dr. Stephen Katz. The problem with our healthcare system is the focus on the system and not on your healthcare. At the Naturopathic Physicians Group in Scottsdale, our doctors are experts in full spectrum healthcare using a natural approach. Patients come in for a variety of issues, including joint pain, chronic conditions, and issues specific to men and women's health. We help people find relief when other doctors have failed. Our naturopathic doctors can restore your pain-free life using cutting-edge regenerative treatments. We can also help restore balance to your immune, digestive, and hormonal systems. Addressing your cause can also improve both mental and emotional stability. If traditional medicines aren't working for you, don't you think it's time to start feeling like yourself again? Call us. We're the Naturopathic Physicians Group in Scottsdale, Arizona at 480-451-6161. That's 480-451-6161 or go to naturopathicgroup.com.
Uncertain times can lead to fearful investing, which could leave you in a bad spot, especially if you're trading on emotion. When tumult opens and closes the market, you need sound advice.
Hello, I'm Mo Ansari, host of Market Wrap and president of Compact Asset Management. If fear has you in its grips, it's time to take a look at your investments. At Compact Asset Management, we specialize in providing complete wealth management solutions to help you reach your financial goals, no matter where the market goes. Dial pound 250 on your cell phone and say, talk to Mo for a free portfolio review. We will also discuss how we can work together to create your customized retirement plan. Call pound 250 on the cell phone and say talk to Mo and let us help you take the fear out of your portfolio. Again, call pound 250 on the cell phone and say talk to Mo.
Compact Asset Management is a registered investment advisor, funds custodian, Fidelity Institutional Wealth Services, member FINRA, SIPC.
1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic.
Arizona's new home for sports.
David Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic, and I can't believe my eyes. I can't believe my eyes. There's been something I've wanted for over like 10 years. And anytime I find it, it's extremely expensive. Yeah. Okay, let me rewind a moment and tell you. There was a show by Aaron Sorkin called Studio 60 on the Sunset Strip. And these guys were writing this weekly show, and that they had was a countdown clock, big digital countdown clock behind them. And it would count down to showtime. And I always loved that because, every moment of a person who works in radio, your clock is governed by what it is that's going to happen next, just like getting ready for a TV show is the same thing, getting ready for a radio show. When I'm on vacation and I look at the clock, I can tell you exactly what would be happening at that moment if I had been working. But they had this big, clock on the wall, and of course they had a quote over it that was really fun. It was time flies like an arrow, fruit fries like a banana, by Groucho Marx. And I in reference to how time, and I'm just minding my own business, and I see this ad for I'm gonna have to 60-inch oversized digital LED clock that's on the Amazon. It's much like it. I don't know what the features are on it, but I about pooped myself. It's only $179. The ones I'd seen before were like, well, on the show, thousands.
Sounds like a steal then.
There's only 5 left in stock. I've got to order. No, I'm not going to buy that. I'm just saying, I'm going to put that on the Christmas list or something because those things are usually really, really expensive.
Yeah.
Anyways, so I just it's a life dream that might come true for me.
To have a giant countdown clock, a 5-foot wide countdown clock.
Yeah.
60 inches wide, 5 feet.
I should probably get out more.
Maybe.
My wife would probably agree on that.
Yeah.
Like, oh, really, honey? We should get out more? No.
No, you should get out.
Just you. 888-368-1580. Big George says, Walk Away Renee is sung by the Left Bank, like 1968. Great song. And yes, that was a reference to the song. Oh, because I thought Tiger Paws was, I don't know, telling Randy to take a short walk off a long pier. Wait.
I don't think Tiger Paws would say that to me.
Long walk. Oh, forget it.
Short walk off a long pier.
Hefty Lefty says, do what I do, Jeffrey. Register as a Republican and receive a ballot, but utilize the write-in bubble to choose the candidate after you've researched everyone running regardless of party.
I don't think you can do that in the primary. You can do that in the general election.
Which I can just vote in the general election anyways.
Yeah.
Yeah. Boomer Sooner says, Jeffrey, just a side note, we can't all start the show there at 3 p.m. like yourself. So lots of times we don't know you've already talked about a subject. It'd be kind of helpful if you to read the whole text, No. 888-368-1580. I don't know what he's talking about. Listen, that's a good point, though, Boomer Sooner. So I'm going to remind you guys of your rights. You have the right to remain silent. Everything you say. No, I'm sorry. That's what my wife says to me on every argument. Here's what I remind you, everybody. I want to remind you of the Win a Feast with the Fanatic contest. And you get your entries in. Oh, my God, you don't have much time left. Voice your best version of the Kasai Japanese Steakhouse commercial. And here's what you could win. You could win a full dinner with yourself and a +1 with all of us from the Fanatic. Radio Ron included, the hosts and the producers. We're also going to throw in a $100 gift card to Kasai along with some sweet Fanatic swag. Go to 1580thefanatic.com. You'll find all the information right there. You can get the script there. The email address is there, contest at 1580thefanatic.com, and get your entries in by Thursday at 6 p.m. And we'll announce the winner here on the show on Friday. So it's really cool to see you guys work on these. I can't wait to hear more. So work on it quick, though. You're running out of time. Nondescript says, mount that monster countdown clock over the bed, and it's kind of like the shot clock in the NBA. Well, then I'd only need a 24-second clock. It's just,
damn, that had to hurt.
Thanks, Nondescript. 888-368-1580. So more on the whole Deshaun Watson thing. I don't want to talk about it. No, we're not going to.
Okay.
The only thing that does sort of roll around in my head is that Judge Robinson using the term, nonviolent sexual assault. I know I mentioned that yesterday, but that's really irked me for 24 hours. And so now I guess what that means is in the NFL, if you can commit a non-violent murder, it's only 6 games. So if you can commit non-violent murder, you'll be back on the field and playing in no time.
If you pull off a good poisoning, you'll be right out there.
Right. So as long as it's non-violent murder, you're A-okay. 888-368-1580. But we're going to talk about what Roger Goodell is really upset about just for a moment here. The reason he's ready to read the riot act to owners of Minnesota about tampering and tanking is about what happened today. The NFL, and by the way, this is bullcrap. This is not even a punishment. The NFL suspends Stephen Ross. Is Stephen or Stephen?
Stephen.
When there's a PH, I'm never sure because it's Steph Curry, but now this is Stephen Ross.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not Stephen Curry. It's Steph Curry. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They're spelled the same way.
Yeah.
But don't be like Nike and call Steph Curry Stephen Curry when he's there to try and get a shoe deal.
Yeah.
Or go to Under Armour and make them better.
Yeah, it's up to them to do their research. But for the rest of humanity who's not sitting there with a massive Nike deal, I don't know, give the rest of us a break with this Steph and Steve thing, okay? Anyway, so they've suspended the owner of the Miami Dolphins for the first 6 weeks of the 2022 season. Does he not own the team for those 6 weeks?
Still owns the team, but he can't partake in any team activities, can't be in the facility, can't do any official NFL or team functions.
We don't need him. Nobody needs the owner to be there.
Well,
you've got
I
a
understand
GM, you've got this, that, the other. You got so much personnel. Stephen Ross could just, He could go away for a year and come back and everything be fine. And this is just not even a punishment for tampering. Not even a punishment.
Yeah, and I love. I'm sorry, Keon. Yeah, I love the fine they handed down. Boy, that's a stiff one. $1.5 million to a billionaire owner of an NFL franchise.
Well, there is a first pick for 2023.
Oh, that's going to hurt him, isn't it?
And a third round pick for 2024.
Oh no.
They really pulled out all the stops here. But they I think they are trying. Like the thing is, it's just hard to hurt owners. You know, I mean, they tell Dan Snyder, you can't run your team. Oh, I'll just put my wife in there and she'll run the team. And it'll be just like I'm running the team, except I'm not officially running the team. Like, it's really hard to hurt the people who own the team because their benefit in life is that they own the damn team.
Right. You still get the money. Take away 6 weeks of his money, not of team money, not of his money. The money he gets for owning the team. Now there's a penalty.
Start pulling the 6 weeks worth of revenue sharing.
Prorate the income for the team. Now I have that here at my disposal. So let's take a look at the income for Fish Tank's Miami Dolphins.
So happen to have it right here.
It's are they even on this list? Where are they? I'm on my eyeballs. I don't see them. Oh, there they are. Oh, wow. They're actually they're in the top 10. It looks like. All right. So they made $528 billion last year. Prorate that and take away 6 weeks. Now you're going to see some people start to, we better not do that. Oh my God. Here's what it was. The Dolphins had communication with Tom Brady back in 2019 when he was trying to figure out what to do, back when he was under contract with the Patriots. Yeah. And, they also had conversations with Sean Payton they weren't supposed to. But what I don't understand about this, many things, by the way, why are Tom Brady and Sean Payton off the hook? Why did they decide to let them off the hook? Because that's what they said. They are not subject to discipline for tampering. I think they should be. If somebody was tampering and they didn't report it, they should be on the hook as well.
They should. Yeah. I mean, if it takes two to tango, it also takes two to tamper. You know, they weren't talking to nobody. They were talking to people who were under contract, who knew they were under contract. So that I understand that there's supposed to be some explanation as to why that is, but I don't understand why that explanation makes sense.
So Sean Payton, Tom Brady off the hook. Stephen Ross just can't be around for 6 weeks because you're right. There's no way he could ever figure out how to use that iPhone. There's no way he could ever figure out, how to talk behind the scenes. Jenkins, make sure you do the. Come on, man. And if anybody believes for a moment that Dan Snyder has not called the shots beginning to end under that farce of penalty from the NFL.
Listen, when they announced that the team name was becoming the Commanders, who was front and center on that stage but Daniel Snyder? So obviously he is still involved with the team. How could he not be? How could he not be?
By the way, so this came out today, and also the NFL also has turned. They're trying to kill a lot of birds with one stone. First off, the release of this today is only meant to distract from the Deshaun Watson thing. That's it. That's all there is to it. Secondly, they also use this moment to commend Brian Flores for his commitment to winning despite Stephen Ross's comments. That's the guy that's suing you right now, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You're kissing up to the guy suing you right now.
That is correct.
Yeah. Don't look good for them at all, does it? You're making his case. Sort of.
They know they're making his case, but the thing is, they knew they were going to have to make his case eventually because Stephen Ross was talking to people about how he would much rather have the draft picks than the wins. That was something he was openly saying to people just in passing. He says he was joking because of course he does. But, when you have a coach that is accusing you of that thing, it's starting to make him look a whole lot more credible, even though we don't have necessarily the evidence that Stephen Ross asked Brian Flores to do what Brian Flores says Stephen Ross asked him to do.
When Roger Goodell reads them the riot act, it's not going to be about don't you dare tank. Don't you dare tamper. No, it's going to be, don't you dare get caught. You're making my life a living hell here. I have to go out and answer these questions. You don't. This is bull crap, Stephen. Why can't we be more like the NBA? They never get in trouble. Oh, no, that's not true. That's not true at all. Sorry, I'm choking on my...
Choked him right up, did it?
It's just such a really a touching segue from one league to another.
I didn't work today. Yeah, I guess you can't use the NBA as an example because they're investigating the Knicks because of tampering in the Jalen Brunson situation. There was another one that, Keon, you were telling me about.
Yeah, James Harden and the Sixers.
Oh, that's right. That's right. When we come back, can you explain to me how these are different and how they're being dealt with different?
Okay.
And why the NBA, once again, seems like they're doing things better than the NFL.
We can do that.
The Jet says, hey, Jeffrey, what weeks do the Colts play the Browns? I don't know. I have to go look at that schedule. Let me just say this. I shouldn't say it. I shouldn't say I'm rooting for an injury, should I? I should not say it. It's a Daily Blender on 1580, The Fanatic.
Go yard all summer long with $5 Dinger Tuesdays on FanDuel Sportsbook. This season, all customers will get $5 for every home run hit by both teams when you place a $25 to hit a home run wager on Tuesday Major League Baseball games. And the best part about Dinger Tuesdays is even if your bet loses, FanDuel will pay you $5 for every home run hit. Pick your home run hitter and turn big swings into big wins. There's no better place to bet America's pastime than on America's #1 sportsbook. Head over to your FanDuel account or download the FanDuel Sportsbook app and sign up using promo code DALE1580. That's DALE1580. You must be 21 or older and present in Arizona. Bonus issued as non-withdrawable site credit that expires in 7 days. Max bonus $25. Restrictions apply. See full terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-NEXT-STEP or text NEXT STEP to 53342.
I want to take more chances with the embroidering.
Henley's vision for a new clothing line is coming into focus.
Dramatic.
They'll need an on-staff photographer to put their collection in the spotlight.
Why is no one taking shots of these?
Indeed can help them hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. You can schedule and conduct virtual interviews all from your employer dashboard. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
The primary election is August 2nd, 2022. Voting locations are open on Election Day from 6 a.m. to 7 p.m. All qualified voters need to show ID. For a list of accepted IDs, visit arizona.vote. Still have your ballot by mail? You can return it at any voting location or a secure election drop box. Learn more about voting locations at arizona.vote or call 1-877-THE-VOTE. This message is sponsored by the Arizona Secretary of State's office.
Market Wrap host Mo Ansari talks about the benefits of a financial advisor.
Not only the technicals and the fundamentals and the valuation, but you have to look at the macro picture. And that requires a lot of work where you're looking at the sectors and industries within the sectors. And then you find the stocks within the sectors that are doing better. And then you have to do the work on those individual stocks. And you sort of go to tons of sand before you find those nuggets of gold. And the discipline to do that continuously, day after day, week after week, month after month, year after year, that is the hard part. People become traders, but they have a job, they've got a family, they get distracted, and then you look at it 3 weeks later and it's all history. Like your personal trainer who keeps your health on check, this is why you need a financial advisor to keep your emotions in check.
If you need help keeping your investments on track, call pound 250 and say talk to Mo, or go to compact.com and click on the Get Started button. That's COMPAK.com.
Compact Asset Management is a registered investment advisor, funds custodian, Fidelity Institutional Wealth Services, member FINRA, SIPC.
KQFN Tempe.
Also transmitting on K25CD Phoenix at 99.3 FM.
And K240U Mountain Hills at 95.9 FM.
It's time for the third hour.
All right, people, settle down. Because it's time. Time for what? Showtime. When does it start? Right now. 3, 2, 1. Let's get on with the show. Let's do it. All right,
everybody. It's 5 o'clock here on the Daily Blender. I'm your good friend, your radio pal, Jeffrey O'Brien, alongside Randy White. Got Keon Rose in the control room, and you guys are on the Fanatic text line, 888-368-1580, as we broadcast live in the Harman Solar Studios in Scottsdale. And I just noticed this. I don't know how you feel about it there, Randy, but Cardinals have signed DJ Humphries to a contract extension. We'll take him through 2025.
Good. I like it. Yeah. Consistency. It's what we need. I like it. Yeah.
I mean,
DJ Humphries, offensive lineman. Listen, he's not, the best in the league, but he's not the worst in the league either. He's a solid offensive lineman. I love it.
In the last hour, the Jet asked me if I knew what weeks the Colts played the Browns. And he says, I assumed you knew they played on week 7, and that's why you wanted Watson suspended longer. No, I can't wait to see, we've got a good defense. That's what I'm going to say. Look at it. Can't I just openly wish him harm? Can't I?
The thing that kills me is what's wrong with media. All that ESPN continues to do is to show Deshaun Watson signing autographs. I was so angry this morning when I was watching a Sports Center just to kind of catch up on the sports world, and they show a thing on Deshaun Watson. They talked about how he arrived on the practice field to a standing ovation, and then they have somebody from Cleveland, one of those goons from Cleveland saying, "We got your back, Watson."
Oh my God!
What's wrong with our society? What is wrong with our society? And why is the 4-letter network showing him as some sort of conquering hero?
Cause he good at football. He told football gooder. That's why. He threw a football.
I don't know. It's been eating at me all day.
Against the spread, I appreciate that, but we're not going to go in that direction. But it is funny. The Jet says, Jeffrey, please check with the commissioner, as I believe if you wish harm on another athlete, then you lose your man card. No, I don't think that's true. I don't think that was ever in there.
Because there are plenty of good reasons.
Guys, we're talking. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Ken.
I was going to say,
talking about somebody who's done sexual assault and just pretty much damn well got away with it. And so, yeah, I'm a little grumpy about that person. Not about the fact he wasn't suspended by the NFL, more so that he was not charged by a grand jury.
Well, he wasn't charged.
I get that you're a Browns fan, Jet. I get that.
He wasn't charged. He really wasn't fined. He's just going to miss game checks.
Mm-hmm.
He's sitting out for 6 games. So
Which
what?
The Dirty Browns have created a contract that protects him from any financial harm from at least the NFL. So
I know I'm probably gonna get ridiculed for this, but I don't care. I like NASCAR. I've been around NASCAR my entire life, and recently Denny Hamlin broke the rules, and he was caught cheating. They stripped him of his winnings. They stripped him of the cash prize. They stripped him of being listed as a winner. They docked him several driver's points, which is critical, and I'll tell you in a minute why. They docked the team owners' points, which is again critical, and I'll tell you it's a financial thing. They fined the team, and they fined the crew chief of the car. By the way, crew chiefs are one of the most critical components of a NASCAR race team, and they fined the crew chief $500,000 because of that one infraction, which was a 200th of an inch, a piece of plastic covering an opening. NASCAR said, sorry, no. That makes the car go faster, and you know the rules, and you broke the rules. And guess what? They fined him and suspended him for several races. Now, I know there's different ways to go about it, and people might say, well, Jesus, that's extreme. But it's also necessary to keep these guys from continually going down this road and trying to cheat. And we're talking about a football player who assaulted how many women that we know of? And I keep seeing the same talk. Well, they only presented 4 cases to this Judge Sue L. Robinson.
The sad thing is
all they had to do was just give one case. Yeah, isn't it enough for one?
Texas, two grand juries had all the other ones, and they gave it. They just let them out. Who else gets away with that? Nobody. Nobody gets away.
And we keep talking about the NFL and their crappy disciplinarian system. There's no deterrence for these guys to not do anything.
Well, I will give you this: the Jet. I think you'll need to know this about me, and I think these guys here will back me up. I am nothing if not consistent. That's why you never hear me say anything other than Ben Rapesberger. That's why you've heard me say jokes that I've gotten death threats about Kobe, because he says, "What about Kobe?" They had witnesses that heard the lady screaming, but they settled out of court, so nothing happened to him. You know what? I railed against him. And I hate that was allowed to happen. I hate that the stuff that's happening in the NFL with domestic violence and you name it. You run the gamut of a police report. You name it. I hate how, to what Randy's point is, you can almost just about get away with murder in sports because you throw a ball gooder, they're going to let you off the hook.
I mean, it's a term that people have been throwing around lately, but I kind of agree. It's sports washing. Somebody does something absolutely heinous, but because they're able to be a hero in the realm of sports, we just turn a blind eye to it or ignore it or try to recuperate this person or rehabilitate their persona in the public eye. And it is pretty gross. And yeah, when you read the details of what happened in that Kobe Bryant case, it is heinous stuff.
Anybody who sports washes for Kobe or for Roethlisberger or for now Deshaun Watson, basically what you're saying is, well, she had it coming. Well, she shouldn't have worn that. Oh, well, come on now. It wasn't that big a deal. That's what that is. It's horrific. Well, to just blindly be a fan. We got your back. You are the worst kind of human being if that's who you are.
Just kills me, man. It just kills me. And we're talking also about this NFL owner. I mean, this guy, he breaks the integrity of the shield, and they find him a paltry $1.5 million. Like, that's going to hurt him.
Like, literally could not even happen in the
He'll figure out a way to make it a write-off, is what it'll be, a business expense write-off.
Can I tell you how I feel about the NFL and about the NBA right now? That right here. That's how I feel. And that's why we need a TV show. 888-368-1580. Halfty Lefty says another solid punishment they could enact is for the officials to swallow their whistles on any late hit that Watson gets once he comes back. Send Donkey Kong Sue his way a few times. How about that one there?
They're not going to do that.
I know.
And they shouldn't. That's because the enforcement of these rules, the NFL has an avenue to enforce this already.
Well,
it's called suspension.
Let's go to the real reason they shouldn't, because that's your soul. You know what I'm saying? That's and besides, the site challenged referees in the NFL, they're going to miss those anyway. It's going to happen, not intently. The Jet says, I actually hate the Browns, but you have my full respect about what you said about Kobe. I agree. Well, again, I'm not doing well today because of my dental work, so forgive me, but I am nothing if I'm not consistent. 888-368-1580. Let's see. Last Optimist says tampering rules punish the party that reaches out first. Since Brady was not the one who reached out, he is not punished. Yeah, but you didn't see something, you say something, though, right?
Yeah, I understand that he's not punished for it, but he is culpable in it. And so I understand the rules only enforce on guys that are on the party that reaches out. But I'm saying the rules should be a little bit more expansive than that.
Tiger Paws says, guys, really, what do you expect out of a sports thing when you have governors of a state saying women should stay in a marriage even if it's physically abusive? Walk a month in our shoes, she says.
You're not wrong.
It's not the worst point. Prison Wallet says, if you're supporting the thing that's supporting the guy that's such a douchebag, what does that make you? Part of the problem. We are all just, he's not on your team, doesn't mean anything. I don't understand what he just said.
I think he's trying to say that if you support the NFL, if you watch the NFL, take part in it, then you are part of the problem too, and you are as complicit, which I think is nonsense. You're not helping. I can grant you that you're not helping, but the NFL is the actual entity that can do things. And the vote with your dollar stuff matters to a certain degree, but when you are a small drop in the bucket of the amount of money that this league is making you can't blame individual people for what the NFL is doing.
To his point, I have a crisis of football faith right now.
Yeah.
I am feeling sick about all this, everything that I keep seeing them do. And I'm trying to reconcile that with what we do here and what we air here. And it's like, oh my God, we are kind of part of it. This is just an entertainment show, or whatever this show is. And I'm looking at, this is the time of year we start to gear up and we're talking tons of football. And just a little bit sick about it. You know what I mean? I love football. I don't want to talk about this garbage. I want to talk about what's happening in training camp. I want to talk about what's happening to our players. I want to make fun of Keon for how horrible his team is. I just want to laugh at the fact that he's got my leftover quarterback over there. I want to just enjoy.
He threw 3 interceptions in practice today.
The sports of it.
And so it begins.
That did make me feel better, Keon.
First off, I've been following John Keim, who covers the team for the ESPN, and he's been saying accuracy has been a problem, but he hasn't been throwing the picks yet. Today, the picks have showed up. So either we have an all-world defense, or Carson Wentz is Carson Wentzing, and I think we all know what's happened. I'm about to go crazy. I don't know what to feel about this because it's going to be I could be physically ill from about September to January.
Hold on, my wife just walked in. I got to say something to her. Honey, I'm going to need some popcorn.
Oh God,
because I want to watch Keon melt down. Thank you.
I will not be watching any games at your house this season. Actually, I do not think that. Do not think I want to show that side of myself to any human being.
I have popcorn and beer. We should definitely watch some games.
Oh boy.
Emotional damage.
I might need the beer. That's gonna a lot of it.
Hey, we got another entry in for the Kasai Japanese Steakhouse one. I listened to a few moments of it off air. Not bad at all, actually. I don't know who the texter is because they didn't give the texter nickname, but not bad. Get more of those entries in, guys. Excellent. Get more of those entries. Let's see. Boomer Sooner says, Jeffrey, I think the Cardinals should actually look at Sean Payton as a replacement for hipster, what's his name, on the Cardinals. You shut your mouth, Boomer Sooner, because I think I'm going to need it after they fire Frank Reich.
And of course,
going to need him over here.
He's still technically the Saints have his rights. That'd be tampering if you reached out to the old Sean Payton right
now.
I'm not part of the team. So.
Sean Payton went out and said, I want to come back to coaching, and I'd like to coach Team A, which I think it was the Cowboys, and Team B. I forget what the other team was. It was not the Saints. He's gone out and said it. He's already started a firestorm of these guys trying to hunt him down and get him on their team.
He's allowed to say that, isn't he? He can say those things. It's the other way that they can't do nothing.
It's the teams. If the teams were to put out their boy, it'd be really great if we could have Sean Payton. If they said that to the media, that would be tampering.
Can you imagine?
There have been phone calls. There have been phone calls.
No, absolutely.
Can you imagine Sean Payton in Dallas with Jerry Jones? Oh my God.
I would like to not to.
Oh my God.
I think he would make them actually good.
Jerry Jones has a long fuse with bad head coaches, i.e. that guy. The ginger hand clapper.
The clapper.
Right. He was there for so damn long. And a head scratcher, right? Mike McCarthy, you think would maybe have an uncomfortable tenure as well. But is Jerry Jones looking over at Sean Payton like that?
Oh, I would imagine.
Without question. Yeah. He's talked about how much he likes and respects Sean Payton, unprompted sometimes. No one's asked him anything, and he's just come out and said it. I think he's schmoozing and trying to get Sean Payton, but he also knows, Mike McCarthy's still the head coach, and Sean Payton can't coach right now. So roll with him.
Hefty Lefty says, as a Broncos fan, I'd prefer not to talk about training camp today. Oh, why? What happened? Did somebody get hurt?
Yeah, Tim Patrick, one of the receivers there. That's going to be. We were looking forward to catching passes from Russ because Tim Patrick's damn good. And he went down. Yeah.
How bad?
I didn't hear how bad the injury was, but he got carted off, so it's not good.
Sorry, Hefty. Sorry about that. Hey, by the way, Keon, this was going to be the question for you. Hopefully you can do this in 3 minutes. Roger Goodell going after tanking and tampering, and he's about to yell at everybody about it. And the NBA going after a couple teams for tampering. The Knicks with Jalen Brunson, the Phillies with the 76ers with Harden. How are these different, and how is the NBA handling this better?
Well, the few differences is in 2019, the league updated the CBA so that the punishment for tampering was a whole lot stronger because teams were doing this anyway. And so they were just ignoring the tampering rules, and the NBA went, okay, that's a problem. We're not going to stand for this. So they increased the penalties so that it's a $10 million fine if you get caught tampering.
Wow. So that's for the team, because Doc Rivers has been paying $50,000 here and there just so he could do his tampering. Is this about that?
Well, that's just the team. Yeah.
Right, so the coaches, if they raise that amount, because he could say I acted by myself, though the team gets it no matter what. So Doc Rivers does a tank thing. I'm sorry, not tank. He does a tamper. And the team gets fined at the same time as him because of him?
Because of him. It doesn't,
now we're talking.
Yeah,
now we're talking.
It doesn't matter if Doc Rivers goes, it's just me. The team gets fined $10 million too.
I like that.
And if the investigation turns up that any specific executives, including the coach, they can be suspended or be terminated, just straight up kicked out. And you can have the contract of the player voided potentially. Now that's an extreme case. Like they would have to have tons of evidence to really go, okay, we know exactly what the timeline was on this and when all of this happened and why it was unfair. So that we're probably not going to see voided contracts, but it's in the CBA. If a situation is extreme enough, contract can be voided too. And then that player's just going to have to go elsewhere. Because the league's not going to allow you to take advantage of that. So
I appreciate the toughness on this as long as they follow through.
Yeah, and that's what we're here to see. Though the Miami Heat last year got caught with their hand in the cookie jar tampering. They got the fine. They got a second round draft pick taken away. And it was a couple of players, just Kyle Lowry, who they did sign, and Lonzo Ball, who they did not sign, who they were caught in the tampering situation with. So the NBA has gone through with that, with Miami last year. So I can't imagine they wouldn't do it again.
The Jet is so bitter. The Jet says, has Big George won the new contest yet? Come on, man.
Well,
come
on. Big George has already won, so he's
ineligible.
He can't win the new one.
Did you send in your commercial, Jet? That's the big question. Go to 1580thefanatic.com. You still have a shot at it. Boomer Sooner says, Jeffrey asked Keon if he's ready to suit up with wide receiver. The Cowboys need some help really quick there. No, it sounds like the Broncos need that help. According to Hefty Lefty, he says Patrick tore his ACL. So did a backup running back. So there's 2 ACLs down. And he says it's the 3rd year in a row they lose a receiver to an ACL tear in the beginning of the year. I think receivers should be barred from Broncos training camp from now on. Well, let me ask you, are those guys, are they doing training camp on artificial turf? Or maybe something's up with the field that the Broncos are out there training on, man. You know what I'm saying? That's the first thing I think when you see, well, it's happened again. First thing I thought was Hefty Lefty. Are the Broncos working out on FedEx Field?
I mean, seriously, did we switch? What happened there?
That was the first thought.
Even Washington is smart enough to not do any of their practices at actual FedEx Field. They practice in Virginia.
I don't know why NFL teams during training camp like this, okay, go through your things, get your conditioning in and stuff. When we start running plays, I don't want anybody to get hurt. So don't go out there, wide receivers, don't go out there and really plant your foot and make those hard cuts. We know you're already on the team. The guys that need to be doing that are guys that are not on the team. Okay. Our starters and our twos don't need to be doing that kind of stuff. I don't know why head coaches don't do that. Why do they drive these guys so hard in training camp? It's all about conditioning. It's not necessarily about running routes.
Hefty Lefty says where they do this is natural grass in Dove Valley. Well, there's only one valley you should be in, Hidden Valley.
Yeah.
You guys should be practicing at Hidden Valley Ranch.
Yeah. Yeah. 100%.
Keon does not know what we're talking about.
I do not.
It's the best brand of ranch dressing out there.
Yeah. Ranch dressing.
That Hidden Valley. Yeah,
Hidden Valley Ranch. I said Hidden Valley Ranch.
Try to stay up with us, Keon.
I mentioned I had some dental work today.
All right, come on back, kids. We'll talk some actual football. None of this other nonsense. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
This is Brent Musburger's action update for Arizona's new home for sports, The Fanatic. Now, here are the latest lines from my guys in the desert.
The NFL will hold its Hall of Fame game on Thursday night in Canton, Ohio. The Las Vegas Raiders will take on the Jacksonville Jaguars. The Jags are favored by 1.5, minus 105 against the spread. The Raiders minus 115 on the money line. Both are minus 108 with an over-under at 30.5. The Buffalo Bills are the favorite to win the Super Bowl at plus 650. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers at plus 750. Kansas City is at plus 950. The LA Rams are plus 1,100 to repeat as Super Bowl champions. Red Hot winning picks at experts.winnersandwiners.com. Save 75% when you use the promo code ACTION75. Experts.winnersandwiners.com. I'm Tony Desiri with your VSiN Action update on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic.
This is Aaron Warby, host of the Bulls and the Bears Radio Hour. In the show, we try to teach the tools, rules, and strategies that traders and investors need to do better with their wealth and portfolio income. But most of the time, an hour is just not long enough. At Online Trading Academy, we believe that the average person should be given the tools, rules, and strategies that Wall Street's elites have been using for years to outperform others. Are you one of the millions that have recently established a trading account? Or have you always wanted to trade or take a more active role in guarding and growing your own wealth, but have not had the know-how or confidence? We want to invite you out to a complimentary 3-hour power trading and investing workshop, where you'll learn what it is that the professionals use to limit their risks and maximize their possible gains in both trading and investing. To register, call 8448-TRADER. That's 844-887-2337, or text the word stocks to 25029. Again, that's stocks to 25029. Reserve your seat now.
When it comes to covering the high school sports scene in Arizona, AZ Preps 365 has all the answers. Every Saturday morning from 8 until 10, they break down games, interview the newsmakers, talk with coaches from around the state, and stay up to date with what's happening with prep athletes and breaking news from the Arizona prep scene. It's AZ Preps 365, 8 till 10 Saturday mornings on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic, and always on at 1580thefanatic.com.
When you run a business, you need to be in control. And while you can't control everything that happens in the world of business, you can definitely take control of your utility expenses with the help of Harmon Solar. Give them a call and see how your company can save up to 80% on that monthly electric bill with zero down and no payments for 12 months. Harmon Solar is a local family-owned company that uses top-of-the-line equipment. Call Harmon Solar, 800-281-3189. That's 800-281-3189. Or go to harmonsolar.com.
Progressive presents Don't Do It Yourself.
Okay, simple enough. Just got to get in there with my screwdriver. Do you mind handing me my screwdriver?
Are you trying to say screwdriver?
Well, I mean, you're saying it weird, but yeah, sure.
Look, maybe we should bundle our home and auto with Progressive. We could save big, then pay someone to install this for us so you don't have to pretend you can.
I know my way around a screwdriver. Oh, yeah. This is going to take a Philippe's head for sure.
Save when bundling home and auto with Progressive and use the money to, not do it yourself. Coverage from Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and third-party insurers. Bundle discount not available in all states or situations.
Jim Rome lives here.
It's a lame take to say that this is the dead time of sports and that there's nothing to talk about. It's not 1965. There's lots to talk about. In fact, I think it's actually one of the funnier times of the year because looking around and laughing at all the manufactured tripe that people are talking about, that's become a sport unto itself.
Jim Rome and the Jungle.
Weekday, mid-mornings on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic.
Second half of the baseball season is thoroughly underway here, and trade deadline ending today. About the time we went on the air, it came to an end. A lot of movement today. But listen, I don't want to talk about trade deadline. I want to talk about how to make you some money. Go yard all summer long with $5 Dinger Tuesdays on the FanDuel Sportsbook. This season, all customers will get $5 for every home run hit by both teams when you place a $25 to hit a home run wager on Tuesday MLB games. Snakes and Guardians in action right now. Currently 3-2 is the last time I checked it. 3-2 currently. Snakes are in the league. Snakes
I know, but you know how that goes.
So the hey, I'm trying to do a commercial. He doesn't listen to me. Anyway, the best part about Dinger Tuesdays, even if your bet loses, FanDuel will pay you $5 for every home run. So, the Snakes, Guardians in action. You might take one of the later West Coast games, pick a batter, pick a hitter, somebody that's maybe getting warm. Goldschmidt, always a good bet to pick him. Maybe. Christian Walker, he's still got a couple of ABs left in this game in Cleveland. You might pick him. He might score for you. What are you waiting for? Pick your home run hitter. Turn big swings into big wins with the FanDuel Sportsbook. No better place to bet America's pastime than on America's #1 sportsbook. Head on over to your FanDuel account, or if you're brand new, download the FanDuel Sportsbook app. Take you about 90 seconds to do. Sign up using promo code Randy1580. That's going to unlock all sorts of bonuses for you. That's promo code Randy1580. Got to be 21 or older. Present in Arizona. Bonus issued as non-withdrawable site credit that expires in 7 days. Max bonus $25. Restrictions apply. See full terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem, 1-800-NEXT-STEP or text NEXT STEP to 53342. Jeffco.
Randy 1580 is magical.
It is. Really is.
It's magical how it works. And it's scientific proven.
I am.
To be the best promo code.
4 out of 5 dentists approve Randy 1580.
And the 5th one was burning up my gums with a laser today.
And there you go. Or they would have also approved Randy 1580.
All right, there you go. Go get your bets going on. It's the Daily Blender, and listen, I think we deserve a palate cleanser from all the of the NFL and the stuff that's happening in the world. So let's just talk some NFL quarterbacks. Let's just talk pure football.
Okay.
No more of this other nonsense.
Nothing else. Just pure football. Go ahead.
And since you bring up the betting and the betting odds, now the Seahawks, the Dolphins, and the Texans are the betting favorites to get senior Jimmy Garoppolo. And of those 3, I think the Dolphins are going to just go with Tua for the year. I don't think that they're going to try to get. I don't think they're going to try to get Jimmy. But the Seahawks, that is interesting. The Texans, I don't know. I feel like the Seahawks is the best destination for Jimmy Garoppolo of those 3. I mean, I know there's more teams, sitting there on the, on the list.
But Jeffrey, we don't really want the Sea Chickens to get Jimmy G. We don't want the Sea Chicken. We want the Sea Chickens to be in complete and utter chaos, starting right now until 20 or 30 years from now.
I wonder how safe Pete Carroll's job is if he doesn't get someone like Jimmy Garoppolo in there right now.
Well, we don't care. We want
you
them.
Don't care.
Jeffrey, you and I both don't care.
I'm a Colts fan.
Well, you are a Colts fan, but you're married to a Cardinals fan.
Yeah,
and so it will be well with you if the Sea Chickens are not successful. You see what I'm saying?
I got you.
I'm trying to hook a brother up here. Okay.
And I don't think that me personally, I don't think that the Seahawks are trying that hard to get Jimmy Garoppolo. They're going to tank, right? Yeah. It just looks like that's where they're going. And look, they had a decision to make. They had a decision between their 70-year-old head coach and their quarterback, and they chose the coach. So I think that even without Garoppolo, Pete Carroll's pretty safe. Yeah, I think Pete Carroll's just helping steer the ship into the future for the next coach. I honestly believe that.
Wow.
And the Seahawks, here's the odds. Plus 275 that they end up with Garoppolo. Dolphins, plus 330, even with Tua sitting out there. And, of course, the Texans at plus 400. Now, I think that the Seahawks, it does make the most football sense, but maybe not if they're trying to get a first-round pick. So, who you guys think more likely to go get and should get Jimmy Garoppolo? Are the Texans even competent enough to
figure that out? I mean,
I don't know. I mean,
I like this new GM that they have over there. So maybe things are looking a little bit better for the Texans. Their rookie quarterback, Davis Mills, was actually one of the better performing rookies last year, which a lot of guys underachieved. So that's not like a great indicator, but he did look pretty decent at times.
And remember, the GM for the Texans is the person who drafted Garoppolo in New England 8 years ago. That's the same guy.
So maybe he sees something there, but maybe he knows what a lot of other people know, which is Jimmy Garoppolo is the piece you add after you have a team. If you don't have a team, throwing Jimmy Garoppolo into the Texans does not make the Texans significantly better than not having him.
This is the moment in the show where I remind Fish Tank that the Dolphins took Tua over Justin in the draft.
Which hurts
Justin
in
Herbert.
retrospect.
They could have had Justin Herbert.
They could have, but it was not obvious.
No, it was
that Justin Herbert was.
I just
better
wanted to
than
make
Tua.
Fish Tank feel that though.
Yeah, but
which
there
is-
was so much media hype around Tua. I mean, the way they were talking to him, you thought this was the second coming of a king or something.
also
I know,
people
but I
accuse the
just want
Chargers of
Fish Tank to scream into his pillow.
which just poor Fish Tank with everything that's going on. But also people thought that Justin Herbert was drafted too high. Oregon failed to use Justin Herbert the way that we see him used now. So we didn't know the arm that he has and how big it is. We didn't know because they didn't let him throw the ball down the field. But anyway, to answer your question, I think that I like the Giants. I've been saying it from the beginning. I think this new coaching staff is they didn't draft Daniel Jones. That's not their guy. And he is frustrating to watch. And I don't know how long it's going to take, but at some point they're going to be over him. And I think Jimmy Garoppolo is going to be the guy.
So why haven't these guys stepped up for Jimmy? Are they just looking for the price to drop? Are they looking for the price tag to have like a clearance sticker on it? Because that's kind of they have it kind of is where it is now, because at this point the San Francisco 49ers have no leverage, 0% leverage. They said, let's go, stay home, Jimmy, we're good. Meaning you're going to get paid whether somebody comes for you or not.
Well, I think what's prohibiting them from releasing Jimmy G is he's recovering from that surgery, I think they're obligated to make sure that he is back in working order before he hits the open market. I don't think they can just release him.
I thought they had already just said, "Don't you go find a team? You're good."
Well, but if they release him, they owe him X amount of millions of dollars that I don't think they want to pay that.
I didn't realize that. So when they say go find your own trade. So you're telling me right now, with even the money they owe him, that they were they weren't going to release him. I mean, they were just going to release him. I mean, they were just going to say, okay, bye now, and he'd just be traipsing down the driveway with their paycheck.
I think they're hoping. I'm sorry, Ken. I keep stepping on you today. I'm sorry.
That's all good, man.
But I think the 49ers are hoping that since they've let Jimmy G and his agent go try to find their own trade, they're hoping that salary cap number and that salary will go walking out with Jimmy G. But they have no intention of using him, is my understanding. At it, he's not even taking reps. He's on the side doing a throwing program right now.
Can I just say that the 49ers are dumb?
Yes.
Because this guy was winning football games for you guys quite a bit.
Yeah, but they didn't want to just win football games. They wanted to win a Super Bowl, and they didn't feel like they could win that with Jimmy Garoppolo. And I agree with them.
Also dumb.
And also
Trey Lance.
Jimmy, I mean, I don't think that part's dumb. If Trey Lance works, then he works. But look, here's the thing. He's a $26 million cap hit. And nobody in the NFL thinks that Jimmy Garoppolo is worth $26 million. That's what I'm learning.
Thundersnow says teams are waiting for Jimmy G to be released, so they're not going to have to pay his $20 million contract. No, they're waiting for Jimmy G to be standing by a freeway with a cardboard sign saying we'll throw ball for food. That's what they're waiting for. They're just waiting for this price to get just
That's
ridiculous.
the thing. So when you say that they're dumb because Jimmy G's been winning games, he's not $26 million worth of good. He's not. He's never been that.
You're not going to win a Super Bowl with Trey Lance.
They don't think so. And
they're dumb. That's what I'm saying.
And I don't know that you can say they'll never win a Super Bowl with Trey Lance.
I just did with my mouth.
I don't think they believe that.
I feel pretty good about that too, by the way, that I said that with my mouth.
Yeah, I mean, okay, if you say most quarterbacks aren't going to win a Super Bowl, you'd be correct.
No,
more
I'm
often
saying
than
Trey
not.
Lance is going to mark my words. Trey Lance is going to be a disappointment for the 49ers.
I
Just
happen
watch. You'll
to
see.
like Trey Lance.
I just marked your words.
I watched him in college. I thought the dude was excellent, and I think he's worth the risk. Jimmy Garoppolo cannot win you a Super Bowl. It's obvious. Nobody in the league thinks so. For $26 million, we saw Carson Wentz leave. We saw Baker Mayfield leave. Nobody wants Jimmy. The whole league doesn't want Jimmy, okay? They don't want him. They don't want him.
Snow says, I agree. 49ers are dumb. Boomer Sooner says, actually, the Niners sent him home. He's not even at the facility. Yeah. Last Optimist says, Bears passed on Marino and Mahomes. If you can't draft, you won't win in the NFL. And he says the Seahawks' problem wasn't really Pete Carroll or Russell Wilson. The Seahawks' problem is that they can't draft to save their lives, so tanking isn't going to do them any good this year. Well, the other part of that was all their money went to Russ, and they lost the good team that they had put together, and they were never able to reassemble.
Well, here's the thing. If you're tanking for a quarterback, you're all the way tanking. And it doesn't matter if you're bad at drafting if you draft first. Ask me how I know.
Okay, let me stop you on that one as a Colts fan. We sucked for Luck. We got Andrew Luck. And what did Ryan Grigson, the GM, do? He put nothing but garbage around him. And that is why we no longer have Andrew Luck in the league, because they didn't put an O-line in front of him to protect his spleen. And then here comes Chris Ballard, who's great at the draft, and now he's gotten everything together except for the quarterback. So there is a lot to what was said there.
Yeah, I'm just saying in terms of they're tanking for a quarterback. So you can't say it won't help them, because if they draft Bryce Young, they may not be a Super Bowl team, but that's going to help.
If you tank and you get that first pick and you get your quarterback, which means you also have a guy with brains who can get more in the draft, like a Chris Ballard. If Chris Ballard had been there when that happened, Andrew Luck walked in the door, I have all the faith in the world that man would have worked the stuff correctly.
I agree.
And I would have had so many effing Super Bowls by now. I would be insufferable. I would be the most annoying person ever on the microphone here because of our 4 Super Bowls and Andrew Luck this and Andrew Luck that. No, now he's all fat and hillbillied out reading books to the kids. Yeah, I just so don't ever tell me when I have a contrast of 2 different GMs if you go all the way out for a quarterback, that you can't rebuild your team.
Of course, you'd rather have the guy that can put pieces around the quarterback, protect his life, stop his kidney from being lacerated. Yeah, you'd love to have that, but barring that, drafting a top tier quarterback does help you, even if you're bad at it.
Halfy Lefty says Jimmy G is that really nice looking suit that's priced as much as it looks, but everyone knows it's not put together with the best materials. Probably won't last very long, so they're waiting to buy that when it hits the clearance rack. Well, that's what I was saying. I just made that price tag joke there. Good Cat says, just in, Calvin Ridley suspended 1 more year after betting that Deshaun Watson would not get suspended.
Just can't get out of his own way, that Calvin Ridley.
All right, let's take a break. We'll come back. We have on this date in Big George's sports history and other assorted things. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
Kelly here with AC by J. It's hot and everyone expects me to talk about AC, but you know about our award-winning AC service. Did you know we do plumbing too? Whether you have a slow-draining sink, stopped-up toilet, a leaky faucet, or want soft water, you can trust the professionals at AC by J. We have plumbing down. Looking for upgrades, tankless water heater, or whole home systems, drains, mainline, or slab leaks? We have you covered. Call AC by J at 602-609-7664 or go to acbyj.com. Service you can trust from our family to yours.
Man, I slept.
New ZzzQuil Pure Z's Restorative Herbal Sleep is made for people who are tired of being tired.
I've never slept like this before. I've never woken up like this before.
A melatonin-free sleep aid made with a botanical blend that contains clinically studied and effective valerian root, hops, and passion flower, shown to help promote better restorative sleep. ZzzQuil Pure Z's Restorative Herbal Sleep. Sleep this good, feel this good. Available at retailers near you.
The primary election is August 2nd, 2022. Are you voting by mail? Remember to request your ballot by mail no later than July 22nd, or join the active early voting list. Mail your ballot back 7 to 10 days before Election Day. Or return your ballot by mail to any secure election drop box or voting location by 7 p.m. on Election Day. Learn more at arizona.vote. This message is sponsored by the Arizona Secretary of State's office.
Market Wrap host Mo Ansari on creating a well-balanced portfolio.
Are you just chasing this hot stock and that hot stock? Or do you have a plan? Do you have a balanced portfolio where you have a little bit in healthcare, a little bit in technology, a little bit maybe in energy even? How much do you have in the subsectors like communication services and technology? And then you look at all the stocks within those areas and say, okay, this is the one I like and this is the one that I don't like. But you have to have that balance. And then finding the right balance depending on what you're trying to accomplish. If you're looking for income in your portfolio, maybe you want more dividend paying stocks, or I've got 20 years, I want growth.
If you need help creating a well-balanced portfolio, call pound 250 and say, talk to Mo, or go to compact.com and click on the Get Started button. Again, from your cell phone, call pound 250 and say, talk to Mo, or visit compact.com and click on the Get Started button.
Compact Asset Management is a registered investment advisor, funds custodian, Fidelity Institutional Wealth Services, member FINRA, SIPC.
NASCAR Championship Weekend is back at Phoenix Raceway. Drivers will put it all on the line to claim NASCAR greatness. The Truck Series Championship kicked things off Friday night under the lights. We're going to tear it up tonight. Followed by an action-packed Saturday, where fans will witness an ARCA and Xfinity Series Championship doubleheader. Don't miss out on the action November 4th and 5th. Get your tickets now for NASCAR Championship Weekend at PhoenixRaceway.com or call 866-408-RACE.
Your home for NASCAR. 1580 and 99.3. The Fanatic.
It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic, and Thunder Snow says the Colts are going to be really good this year with Marty Ice. He says, oh, sorry, Matty Ice. Yeah. I don't know. I can't tell for sure. I don't know. I think that I think he'll be better than Phil Rivers. I think he'll be better than Carson Wentz.
We don't have to talk about it.
Will that mean a lot? Yeah, no, probably not. Probably not. I'm not overly optimistic for what this year holds for my Colts, but I do know this: probably better than the Cardinals, probably better than the Commandos, probably better than the Seahawks. And in this room, that's enough for me.
You're the top of this division.
Yep, that's it. That's all I need. Because I don't have to take a bunch of snide comments from Ralph. Ralph ain't got damn thing to say with the Seahawks the way they are. I mean, the Cardinals could end up doing better than the Colts, but I kind of like my chances. And then, of course, Keon. Sorry.
He threw 3 picks today. He threw 2 of them right to Kendall Fuller.
You're welcome. We lost Randy. He'll be back in a minute. Anyway, so I'm feeling pretty good about just this room. But outside of that, Thunder Snow, wow, it remains to be seen. Hefty Lefty says, that Russ contract only killed the Seahawks for at most 3 seasons. Kind of disagree on that one. He says
should have, but they're also bad at draft.
Yeah, that's what he's saying. Their ineptitude of drafting has been their downfall the last 3 to 4 seasons. His contract has been relatively cheap the past few seasons. Well, but you can remember the ball was rolled. The snowball was shoved because of that. In those 3 seasons, they had lasting effects into the next 3 and 4 seasons that you're talking about. Yeah, I'm not disagreeing with you. They're bad at drafting, but what they did it was an avalanche of bad.
Yeah, and look, it's the reason why we were all kind of worried about the Kyler Murray thing. It's not because anybody hates Kyler. It's because once you pay the QB the big money, if you're not good at drafting, it's hard to pay everybody else on your team that's good.
True. Boomer Sooner says, Jeffrey, I hate hearing you're so sad about your team. I think it's your best chance in a long time with Matt Ryan. Well, I'm a self-hating Colts fan, and I've seen enough. And by the way, can I just say this? Every year, I have been right about how well the Colts do. And people are like, are you kidding me? This team's going to be great, blah, 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 Carson, blah, blah. I've nailed it every single time. This is a little bit of a cloudy one. This is the first time it's a little bit cloudy. Why? Because I'm hesitant to get all kinds of positive about Matt Ryan. I feel like I should be, but I'm uneasy about that because, again, this is another quarterback who's getting towards the end of their career. Yeah. And we don't have the receiving gold, that we wish we had for this situation.
Yeah, I'm more optimistic about your team than you. I think a little bit because of Jonathan Taylor. He's going to carry the load, and that offensive line is going to be a massive upgrade over what Matt Ryan was at in Philadelphia.
Well, massive upgrade for Matt Ryan, a little bit of a downgrade for the Colts because it's a bit dinged up and there's been some changes. But yeah, you're probably right. Kiss the Cook says nachos for Taco Tuesday. Nachos are nothing but tacos that failed to get their life together, really. I disagree. Tacos are like nachos are like bite-sized tacos if your wife makes the mix right. You know what I'm saying? My wife makes some nachos. Every scoop is heaven, Kiss the Cook. So I say no. They're portable tacos, easily brought from the dish to your mouth, and no mess. It's gone. It's over.
Especially if you use those little scoops by the Tostitos, the scoops.
Yeah, I like those.
Kind of like that right there.
Yeah.
And you get some of that ground meat in there, some of that cheese, and oh my God, it's some of that. Oh yeah, that looks like a little taco.
I can't have those today. All right, that didn't work. I ate a couple of M&Ms a second ago. That's right. I got a tooth cleaning and I ate M&Ms same day.
Wow,
you're a brave man.
There's no off on the genius switch, right?
Look at you.
I think I'll have to have soft tacos if we're having Taco Tuesday because those M&Ms crunch. I was like, oh, that was a mistake. A little tender, a little sore. Yeah. Let's get this done because I'm sure there's lots of better things to talk about in the Wheel of Sports. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time now for On This Date in Big George's sports history. Back in the year 1936 at the Summer Olympic Games in Berlin, Germany, Jesse Owens, an African-American, won the gold medal in the 100-meter dash right after German Chancellor Adolf Hitler had espoused Aryan racial superiority the same day in a speech at the Olympic Stadium. And it was the first of 4 gold medals for Owens. It was an amazing thing to see. Hitler was pissed.
Yeah, it was.
Like Bill Burr talks about the car ride home and how awkward that must have been. Him and his staff. It's a nice day. It's sunny.
Also, there was a movie about it. Came out in 2016 called Race. It's a pretty good movie.
Called what?
Race.
Oh man, send me an email to remind myself to see that. I heard about it. Oh, that was the Wakanda Forever guy, wasn't it? No, that guy was Jackie Robinson.
Yeah, he was Jackie Robinson and James Brown. No, this is a guy. He's not
unknown actor?
as well known. Yeah, but he was really good. I thought.
Please remind me. I actually do want to see that.
Yeah, I'll shoot you an email.
So Jesse Owens, he won 4 medals. One of them over the German Lutz Long in the broad jump. Hitler watched from the stadium box up there, and he's like, "And this is not going well." Oh, this is embarrassing. Owens also won the gold medal in the 200-meter sprint, defeating his brother, Mac Robinson, the older Robinson. So that's, yeah. How do you handle something like that? You know what I mean? You're like, Jesse, did you have to win all of them? You couldn't just, or was it in your face, Mac? Yeah, you picked on me my entire life. And guess what? I take your passport. You're stuck in Nazi Germany. Good luck with that. I mean, were they friendly or, was it a rivalry? Is that covered in the movie?
It doesn't come up as much. No, I wish it did.
Well, that's the movie I want to see. Seriously, man, give me my passport.
Could you just let me have
Give me my passport. This is not good. It's not funny. I'm telling Mom. Hefty Lefty says, Keon the Wentzwagen is just trying to prove people wrong that he's not a team player. Those picks are giving Kyle Fuller and the rest of the defense the confidence they need to win the worst division in football. That division is primed for a great defense to win the whole thing. I don't believe a word of what I just said there, that optimism there, but I'm just trying to up your morale.
Well, I appreciate that.
You've upped his morale, and now up yours.
Yeah, it's just look, he's going to be able to make some throws. No quarterback that we've had in a very long time is going to be able to make, but he's going to make those decisions that will put my remote through my TV, and I'm not prepared for it yet. I don't think I'm mentally braced for this season.
Good Cat says, life hack for Taco Tuesday. You place an empty tortilla on your plate underneath where you're eating, and the taco, the parts that fall out, create a whole new taco right there. Oh, no, I know that hack.
That's
I've done that.
Yeah.
I've actually done that. I saw that like on YouTube or something. I was like, why aren't we always doing this? The problem is then you get like this, big doughy taco and then like just a little bit there. You know what I'm saying? So you almost have to purposely be sloppy to make more tacos.
That's true.
Or a burrito. You like refried beans in your taco?
Yes.
Do the home version of kind of a chalupa thing? Or
yes.
Yeah. I like it because then some of the stuff that falls out of the taco sticks in the taco. Just,
It's a good point. Yeah.
Tijuaz says, best tacos in Phoenix, Tacos Khalifa. And that's Tijuana style right there.
I like that one, actually.
Do you know where that's at?
Yeah.
I want to share.
I'm still trying to like learn the cross streets things. I think it's on 7th and
where's Tacos Khalifa?
I don't know the other street, unfortunately.
Tacos Khalifa. If it's not owned by Queen Latifah, I don't know what we're doing with our lives.
Yeah.
That would be amazing if Queen Latifah owned Tacos Khalifa.
It's a good point.
Missed opportunity, Queen Latifah.
Mm-hmm. She's sleeping on business right there. And let's see. All right, should we spin the wheel of sports rating?
Let's do it.
I say we do it. Oh, unfortunately, bad news, ladies and gentlemen. I have bad news on the wheel of sports. Trevor Lawrence and Travis Etienne will not be playing in the Hall of Fame game.
Oh, that's too bad.
Really sorry. I know there's a lot of interest in this. Las Vegas Raiders and the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Yeah.
A lot of people took days off of work for this. A lot of people were expecting something special.
Yeah.
And now we hear that Doug Peterson's not going to let him play. So.
Yeah, it's too bad. It's terrible.
The good news is we're airing the Hall of Fame game at 4:30 on Thursday. So
guess who won't be on the air?
That's right. We'll be on from 3 to 4:30, then enjoying our completely paid time off immediately after during the Hall of Fame game, which none of us have any intention of either listening to or watching.
That is correct.
You're saying that, but what if Radio Ron hears you say that and mandates that we watch it?
Listen, by now he's like 6 drinks in. He ain't listening right now. He's had enough of this nonsense. I've kind of timed it out. Like I know when he's sitting at his desk, maybe he'll tune in. I know when he heads on over and has a few drinks, and I know where he's at in his timeline right now. We're safe.
And if he does mandate it, I'll watch it and fill you guys in.
Yeah, all 3 of you need to watch it. You know what to do, Keon. We're gonna have these cheat sheets sitting here.
We need to have you submit a full report.
So the Jaguars or Keon trying to get our jobs gives us bad information.
Well, hold on. I've seen your job. Don't really want it. There's a lot of responsibility going on over there.
Oh, so you want my job? Is that it?
No, that's
no.
I got a cakewalk. Is that what you're talking about?
I don't even think I.
Are you gunning for me, Keon?
I am not.
Are you gunning for me,
Randy?
That's what I want to know.
I am not physically capable of doing your job.
The
epic Cardinal rants, I couldn't.
Honestly, one of the questions we have had, Keon, is what job are you capable of doing?
Well, this one right here.
Oh, really? Oh, okay. Oh,
yeah.
I'm sorry. I was waiting for the laughing. Sorry, I thought you were making a joke there. Oh, right. Okay.
All right. Let's see how it is.
Kiss the Cook says, is Radio Ron at the Gentlemen, a couple of nips. What?
Excuse me.
Eh?
Gentlemen, a couple of nips.
Hey, a couple of nips. He's good and liquored up. Tioa says Tacos Califia is 7th Street south of the 10. 7th Street. So you're right, Keon.
I remember that part. Yeah.
Do you know where the 10 is?
I do know where the 10 is.
All right, well then there you go.
Mhm.
Tide Stick says Tide Stick. All of a pink taco. Dun, 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 dun. I had to add that part because I could only read that line with that there.
Yeah.
Tihua says Tacos Califia downtown, 825 North 7th Street, Suite 102, Phoenix, Arizona, 85006. You can call them at 602-517-6425. And then there's he repeats it. Okay, thank you. I'm not going to read. Okay, I'll read it. There's a link. https://g.co/kgs/big Z, little u, big M, big W, little F.
Wow.
Big L.
I know it's always a big F for me.
Yeah, don't send me links.
Ooh.
I'm never going to click on links on the text line. Hefty Lefty says he can answer caller number 3 right now for a Kasai gift. No, Hefty, we're not doing that. Big George says, hey, Diamondbacks are winning. Oh, no, don't say that. 5-2. Yes, that's nice. Please don't. All right, we better get out of here. For somebody
Reports
nudges
us.
Yeah. Nudges Radio Ron at the bar.
Wake up. You ought to hear what's going on.
You hear what your employees are saying? Keon, I need you to wipe that part of the podcast.
We'll do.
See you guys tomorrow. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
NASCAR Championship weekend is back at Phoenix Raceway.